The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences.
Where's my money, bitch?
Wait, hold up a second. Hold up.
It still makes me laugh. I'm sorry.
Hold up. Hold up. I got a question. Is that the first time that Sentinel Prime even destroyed a freaking White House?
Wait, Optimus Prime destroyed the
Sentinel
White
Prime.
House? Oh,
I said Sentinel Prime.
he wasn't in this movie.
Because you were about to clip that freaking clip before we go live.
Oh dear, Cocaine Bear. God.
Oh my! Oh,
hope we don't ever cover that.
I don't plan to.
Please don't.
Unless somebody
Victor's just going to ban it right now.
Yeah, I might as well write that down. Although Charlie's Angels was never banned, the remake, which there's a reason why I didn't ban it, because I want to slaughter the shit out of that movie eventually.
Are you sure you want me to suffer through that movie one more time?
I think it's worth it. If it's gonna make a good review that everybody's gonna be happy with, I'd rather do it for my fans. I do it for you. Everything I do it for you, like that shitty Robin Hood movie.
Can someone give me a double barrel shotgun just to blow my brains out?
I think I'd use the double barrel shotgun just to, try to aim up there and then see if you can blow him away.
No, better yet. I want the Doomslayer. I wanted to borrow Doomslayer's shotgun and blow my brains.
Oh my god. So as you can tell, we're one day early, and that's because everybody's probably going to do barbecues tomorrow. So I decided, hey, let's do it one day early when everybody's around. Except let's hope Hunter's not watching American Ninja Warrior behind my back because it's Monday night and that's airing right now.
No.
American Ninja Warrior. Yeah, I tried to get into that. Didn't work.
So,
although I do like watching, I'll admit a guilty pleasure that I watch sometimes, starting with this year. For some reason, some nights I watch America's Got Talent. I don't know why. I don't know why I watch that shit now. But I guess it's just amusing. It's background noise. I consider it background noise. It's like one of the only reality shows I can actually stand. It's not like it's a Kardashian show, That's just,
Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
Oh my god! Fuck that show.
It's garbage.
Yeah, it is garbage.
So yeah, this is the second stream I'm on today because earlier today I did my Chill Majority, episode 130.
And I've heard from Romy. Apparently, you suck at Donkey Kong Country.
well, Romy can do so many things that I don't want to disclose right here because I don't want to get David banned. But
28 times.
But let me just say
28.
this.
What time is it? 28.
But I will say this. I mean, here's the thing. At least I beat the game, so.
What happened? 28. I've been meaning to see Monona. I didn't have time this weekend to watch it, but I'll watch it eventually. But I heard it's like really good. Like it's technically the last movie from Blue Sky, even though Annapurna finished it. But it's the last movie for Blue Sky, and they actually have a whole thing in the credits, apparently crediting every single employee at Pixar. Like, not Pixar. Why the fuck did I say Pixar? Blue Sky. Blue Sky.
Blue Sky.
Defunct Blue Sky. We're going to shut down Pixar because they have too many animation divisions. But that's besides my point. Speaking of that, I want to have a thought exercise right now because a lot of movies recently have been bombing. And this weekend is no exception because this weekend there was a movie that came out that was highly anticipated that bombed. And that was Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny.
Oh my god.
I'm having a thought exercise as to why are these movies bombing? Well, we could go with the obvious reasons. Ticket prices are so fucking expensive. I mean, in my area, it costs $20 a ticket.
Same here. Same here. My area.
20
It's like
bucks.
rip
You know,
off.
it's funny how people will be worth watching certain movies from elimination, but they won't take the time to watch something from a legendary franchise like from Indiana Jones. So
Well, let's just say it involves gender politics, and I'm moving on.
Yeah.
So let me get this straight. They're trying to shove propagandas down the throat.
No, they're trying to shove. The
No.
movie's not doing that. It's the viewers trying to do it, basically claiming something that it's not.
Oh,
Yeah, because everything Disney related is going to get shoved, no matter if it shoves politics down or not. Like Elemental apparently doesn't shove anything down our throats, and yet look, it bombed too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what But however, I do believe that King of the Crystal Skull was a factor in this as well too.
Oh.
How bad? I don't even mind King of the Crystal Skull.
I mean,
So I feel like that was also a factor too. Jared, you were saying?
Oh, I was gonna say too.
Brain fart.
Just thinking of how like people were talking about like this movie, like kind of like we'll say like angry toxic fanboys and stuff. These are kind of like the same people.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of like before No Time to Die came out.
Oh, that's
and
right.
People were
Because
talking
the whole
about
007
writing it and stuff. And they're like, oh,
that's
they're
right.
going to
She
put
did
all this.
co-write No Time to Die. She did co-write. I forgot.
Yeah.
wow.
Like as soon as like that was announced and everything, like there was this huge like
outcry,
vocal minority that just like was
and
like,
guess
oh,
what? You know what's funny is that when No Time to Die, almost everybody praised it.
Yep.
So people need to calm down.
Yep.
Just because it's a writer that you may or may not like doesn't mean it's bad. No Time to Die. I love No Time to Die. It's like the second best Daniel Craig movie he did as James Bond.
Mm-hmm.
To me, it's the second best. First one's always going to be Skyfall. Always going to be Skyfall. And that's right. The only Disney movie that did well. No. That's not true. That's not true, Hunter. And I'll tell you why. The Little Mermaid made bank.
What?
It did make bank. It did.
Wait, how much did it made?
I think like over $500 million.
Wait, hold on.
I have it right here. The Little Mermaid 2023. It has so far made 526.1 million.
Wow.
So it did well. Oh, yeah, that's right. Another bomb, not just indie. Ruby Gillman Teenage Kraken is the worst opening weekend for DreamWorks Animation. It only made $5 million on a $75 million budget.
I will say too, with that, there's been very little marketing.
Oh, I agree.
And the trailer.
The trailer was shit.
Underwhelming.
The trailer was shit, quite frankly. And I heard the movie's not that great either, so just because it's just not that good of a movie. What's funny is that one of the writers of South Park, Bigger, Longer, and Uncut co-wrote that movie.
I think another big problem is like, and it's still the aftermath of COVID and where everything became streaming.
Yeah, I feel like streaming's also a problem as well. Although it's funny because
let's not forget about DoorDash when we had to, eat because
fucking DoorDash or Grubhub. I prefer Grubhub. Grubhub,
DoorDash, same thing.
No, it's not. It's not the same company.
Anyway, it's the same type of product that delivers food to your doorstep.
You're sounding like WWE. Exactly. It's a product and not a company.
Jordy's not wrong.
But yeah, in terms of what also I believe as well, like the marketing is one thing, the streaming thing is one thing. Well, it's funny because they're striking about that. The actors are possibly going to go on strike on July 11th because of streaming.
I hope to God that is the latter.
It's funny because I don't think I've ever mentioned the strike before on this show. That strike might happen, but that's besides my point. Ruby Gillman bombed. The Flash was like the biggest catastrophe ever in terms of the box office.
And that had a lot of things going on.
I'm glad because Zaslav deserved that. It deserved that. But in terms of that, literally only successful movies this summer were Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
Yes.
Fuck. Fast X did well internationally. It bombed here in North America, but it made its money back. So I'm gonna consider it a success.
All right.
Which I'll be talking about that in just a little bit.
Number 2.
Number 3 would be fuck. It was another movie, The Little Mermaid.
Yeah.
Little Mermaid.
Spider-Verse.
Spider-Verse did money. There
Number
might have been one more.
4. Number 4.
What else?
It's like
What else?
it's like the first thing that comes out
I
of your
think that's
mouth.
it.
every time you
I
talk.
honestly,
I think so.
I genuinely believe that's it, and that's like only 4 movies that were successful this summer. I think that's genuinely it. I'm gonna make sure one more time by looking at the schedule. Yeah, I believe that's it because Transformers did okay, but it kind of underperformed. Flash Bomb. Same thing. I mean, the Boogeyman did well, but who gives a fuck about the Boogeyman? To be honest with you, I didn't give a shit.
The Booker T carried at WrestleMania.
No,
22.
not that one.
If you look at
Not that.
like a lot of these movies too that are like supposed to be these big movies, not only are they like bombing or underperforming, but like even say like critically they're kind of like
Mediocre
average
level
reviews.
Yeah, average.
Yeah.
Like literally, like the best reviewed movie of the summer, other than Spider-Verse, is probably like Extraction 2. I don't fucking know. The Blackening, probably.
You know, it's
and
funny.
that bombed.
It's funny how June was pretty good for movies like that, except for everyone else, it wasn't good for the network.
But no. The bombs were everywhere in June. It's not just bad for the network. It was bad for the fucking studios too. Almost everything bombed in June. The only successes were Spider-Verse, and that's about it.
Yeah. You know it's bad too when
Stupid screen.
2012 and 2014 have more bigger hits in the summer than this summer.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But July, hopefully Tom Cruise has to save our asses again with Mission Impossible:
With
Dead
Mission-
Reckoning Part 1.
Yeah, I know.
And apparently it is going to do well, which is wonderful. Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Although I have to deal with
I'll be seeing that movie July 10th.
Barbie.
Rick, what the fuck were you thinking with that bullshit?
$80 million prediction. $80 million on opening weekend. It's going to be Oppenheimer. Really, I don't get the appeal of that movie, folks. I really don't. I really do not. It's Gen Z bullshit, bro. It is.
I'd rather watch the nuclear bomb.
Try and watch Oppenheimer. And then also we got the Haunted Mansion at the end of the month. I don't know how that's gonna do because the first
it's gotta be better than an Eddie Murphy movie.
It has to be.
It has to be.
Oh my god.
Oh,
like
fuck
when I first saw the trailer for that Barbie movie, like in the theater,
I wanted to jump off a cliff.
I want to shoot myself.
I was just thinking to myself,
I had fun.
like, what are these people even thinking?
And guess what? It's a Zaslav joint, so I can blame Zaslav again. Yeah,
God damn it,
Zaslav,
Jared.
keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing. Let Warner Brothers go down in the ground.
Yeah.
Anyhow, and then Haunted Mansion is like the last big movie of July, which I don't know how it's good. I never saw the trailer for Haunted Mansion. I'm gonna be honest. I've never even seen the trailer for it.
I did.
I want to go in blind.
Mhm.
I did. I saw that trailer before.
Lloyd.
I saw that trailer before Indie, and I was like, I don't know about that, but it has to be better than what the 2003 Abomination was.
Oh, 2003 movie wasn't that great.
You got so many stakers that year.
Oh my god, because it turned into an Eddie
Justin
Murphy
Williams.
comedy. That's the problem with that
Mhm.
movie.
Hey guys,
Yeah.
hold up. Justin Williams just said, "I'm taking the bullet and seeing Barbie when it comes online because I'm a team player."
Notice how he's not going to see it in the theater.
The things I do for you guys.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, one of us is going to have to watch Barbie.
Love you too, Justin Williams.
One of us is going to
remember-
have to watch Barbie. Tanner already also said too, he actually got invited to fucking see it. I shit you not.
You know what he should have said? He should have did the courage voice. I'm like, the things I do for love.
Oh dear. But yeah, the rest in August we got Gran Turismo, which may or may not do well. I don't know. It depends on if Neil Blomkamp can knock it out of the park, because I don't know, because Neil Blomkamp, he's a one-trick pony.
Yeah,
I don't
District
know.
9.
Last Voyage of the Dementor, I feel like that's gonna flop. Strays, I hope that does well, because of course I've seen it. I've said it many times. I've seen it. Blue Beetle, that's going to flop. It's going to flop. If Flash's gonna bomb, Blue Beetle's gonna bomb too. DC's fucked. I'm telling you, DC is fucked. They're totally fucked. The James Gunn reboot is probably not gonna help matters either. I know they already started casting who's going to be Superman and Lois Lane in that movie. I don't know the guy who plays Superman. I don't know anything that he's in. Rachel Brosnahan is actually playing Lois Lane though, which I think is a good choice. I was fine with that. But other than that, yeah. Why are these movies bombing? I think it's a variety of factors. But COVID, the prices, and especially with popcorn and soda. Jesus Christ!
Oh my God! Like the prices, like every time I go to my local movies theater, water bottles are like $5. No joke.
What is this? Woodstock 99?
When my girlfriend and I go, like one of us gets the tickets and then the other gets the concessions.
It's kind of funny that you bring COVID up, because like ever since when it first started out in 2019 around in other countries, and then it made its way to America, it's like it changed us, but it took only like 1 to 2 years for us to get clean and vaccinated and all that, and we all know it's still out there because again it's a disease. But at the end of the day, I'm just wondering, you can't just have, certain impacts, that happen in America, just change your pricing because of what happened. I mean, we have to have fair amount of pricing for certain things that we can or can't afford.
I agree with you 100%. It's just like, why are you going to raise the prices to everything?
The thing is, it's not, the thing is, sure, COVID could did a lot of things. Like it could have crashed the stock market or any other thing.
Yeah, absolutely could.
But here's the problem. It doesn't mean you have to raise your prices in order to get money back.
Well, at that point, you're just losing money anyway because nobody's out, It's just like...
I'm just simply calling it for how I see it.
No. I'm agreeing with you. I'm agreeing with you when I say that.
I just think it's ridiculous altogether that they want to raise prices in order to get money back, even though at the end of the day, they're already losing more money as it is.
I also believe, too, this is another one that people don't mention. I feel like people want to save their money for movies that genuinely deliver the theater experience. For example, Top Gun Maverick last year, as well as Avatar: The Way of Water. That gave people theater experiences like no other. They want a unique experience when they go to the theater.
You called them the blue people during the Avatar,
I call them blue monkeys because that's what Parker
honestly, honestly, we kind of might be in a new era where like we need movies like Top Gun Maverick and Avatar: The Way of Water to have success, because this kind of reminds me, because I wrote my senior thesis on this for like my history degree about the historical epics that came out in the 50s and 60s.
Okay.
The reason why those movies were coming out and they were 3.5 hours long was because they were they were competing with TV because they wanted to make movies that like, it's like, listen, let's make the theater an actual event, almost like going to a concert.
Okay.
That's almost the exact same thing that's going on right now in a way. It's almost like that exact same thing, except of course, Top Gun Maverick is not 3 hours. It's 3 hours,
but
more than 3 hours. But
they are movies that were designed to be in the theater. Like if you're not seeing it in the theater, you're not
missing it. You're missing it. You're missing the complete experience. Although I would argue the Avatar 4K gives you a good enough experience.
I'll say that too.
I'm with Jose on this one. It won't surprise.
Absolutely.
It won't surprise me. Upcoming Pixar films are going to be direct to Disney Plus.
If Turning Red and Soul did well just on that platform, going directly, I wouldn't be surprised either.
Same.
Plus, Pixar's doing their own. They're going to do this year, I believe it's called Win or Lose. It's the first ever series Disney Plus original series that Pixar's ever going to do. It's called
Mhm.
Win or Lose. So they're dabbling in television now.
I just realized something. When are they going to do, do another season, of that Monsters Inc. spinoff thing?
It's apparently in development, but it's not coming out yet. Like they got renewed, so it's happening. It's just we don't know when yet. I guess they want to take their sweet time on it, which is good because.
Wait. Ella.
Actually, wait. Apparently, from what I understand, a second season of Monsters at Work is supposed to come out this year. Supposedly, it's happening is this year, sometime this year.
Okay. I'm just thinking,
don't know when yet.
Here's the thing: if there's one spinoff from one of the Pixar or Disney, things that I like, that one right there was actually pretty good.
To me, that's Monsters Inc. 2 right there. To me, that's the sequel. That's the sequel the people want to see, especially considering how the first season ends. Yeah, this is Monsters Inc. 2. This is Monsters Inc. 2.
Yeah, and Jordy, I want to follow up with you on the comment that you said with Inside Out 2. I don't understand, like,
I don't get it either, but you know what? I'm going to hold skepticism because everybody said Toy Story 4 was going to be shit. I was one of the ones who supported Toy Story 4 from the beginning, and look what happened.
Anyway,
I also wonder, like, if we look up on, like, forums, what were people saying, like, about, like, Toy Story 2?
That's true.
I want to hear what William was trying to say.
I was just saying that with
Good.
Well,
fuck you, Sam. That's what you get, Sam Levinson. You go fuck yourself.
Victor. So I was saying, Jordy, I don't know where are they going to go with the sequel to Inside Out, because how can you even follow up with how the first one ended? Like, how?
That's the thing.
Like, are you going to follow like a different character after Riley?
I know there was a short regarding, the guy that kid, visiting Riley and all that, but there was a short that's a direct sequel. But the problem is that I really don't know what
that's the problem.
I don't really know what they'll go with this sequel, because I mean, you pretty much told everything there was in the first film. What is there you have to put in the second film? I mean, if you have a different character, I mean, I can understand that, but it won't be like the same magical, that you did back in 2015, I believe.
Yeah. Like I remember the short was like on Riley's first date or something, right?
Riley's first date. That's it.
Riley's first date. Yes, that was the one that I was. It kind of.
And by the way, I did see the trailer for Elio. I think that's the next Pixar movie.
Oh yeah,
that trailer. I'm gonna admit the trailer was kind of shit.
The
trailer was the first minute I was in, but then the second half of the trailer just went dropped down Ryan Crawley. I'm just like,
I'm with Victor on this one.
What am I watching?
I'm with Victor on this
one. The only thing I could only be, that I think would be fitting is if they made the second movie about Riley becoming an astronaut to go to the moon,
Yeah.
You remember, like, Bing Bong wanted to take her to the moon and all that?
Yeah, I remember that. And I'm 23 minutes in, so I better start with my topic now. I'm wasting time. So, in order to change it up, I'm going to go first. And I'm going to talk to you today about a movie that I saw over the weekend, actually on Saturday, and that is the latest installment in the Fast and Furious franchise, Fast X. For those, what?
Yeah,
what?
I haven't seen yet. So
I'm not going to be spoiling anything. What are you doing? Wakanda Forever?
No.
Wakanda Forever.
No, I did this.
That's Wakanda Forever, bitch.
That's
this. That's
this doesn't make any sense.
You see, I'm doing like this, like DJ. I'm doing it like DJ.
DJ. Ooh.
God, you sound like you're looking athlete.
All right, Victor, go ahead.
Fast X. For those who not in the know, which I talked about, I think 6-7 weeks ago, I talked about the Fast and Furious franchise, and for the most part, I do enjoy the franchise very much. However, last go around with F9 is just one of the worst movies of 2021. I'm not even being serious. Like, I felt like that movie took itself way too seriously for what Fast and Furious is supposed to be. And it's just like nothing in it. Like, Fast and Furious has always been stupid, right? It's always been stupid. That's the part of the charm. It's always been stupid, but it's fun stupid. F9 was dumb, stupid, like insufferable, kind of stupid.
Oh god.
With Jacob and that whole storyline with John Cena being Dom's brother, it's just.
Oh,
and also too, Cypher being in a
it
box the
doesn't surprise me
entire
John
movie.
Cena- It doesn't surprise me John Cena's in the franchise because The Rock was already in the franchise too.
Well, they already have too many fucking wrestlers here, so.
I know. Fast and Furious in space.
Oh, and the space shit. I feel like they did space fucking.
I have to
too
do
long.
that.
But I saw Fast X, and I gotta say it is a far improvement compared to F9. It just it tones it down. It grounds itself a little bit more down in reality. Not, of course, this franchise is never going to be fully grounded in reality. That's not what it is. Speaking of which, I want to make this clear. People are shitting on this movie because they think it's stupid and they're saying, all this other stuff that happens in this movie, which I won't get into because spoilers. With that being said, and also the fact that it's in 10 movies. There are 10 movies, 11 if you count Hobbs and Shaw. But with that being said, I feel like you're watching the wrong movie. Like, why are you treating these movies like A24 art house movies? They're not supposed to be that way. Fast and Furious movies are supposed to be dumb, entertaining, fun action movies for the most part. And that's what you get in this movie. If you're a fan of the other ones, you're going to enjoy this movie. You really are. I feel like a lot of the critics are taking the critics are taking this movie what the filmmakers took F9. They're taking it too seriously. They're taking it way too seriously. F9 is just takes itself too seriously. The audience not the audience, but the critics take itself too seriously. Currently on Letterboxd, this has a 2.6 out of 5, which I think is a little bit ridiculous. Considering what it is, it's just like it's supposed to be dumb fun. That's this franchise supposed to be. And you get that in this movie. You really do. I feel like the story is better, especially with Jason Momoa as the villain, he is the best villain in the entire franchise.
That's what I've been hearing.
If you don't see this movie, if you see this movie for only one thing, watch it for Jason Momoa's performance because he's fantastic in this. He's having so much fun in this movie. He carries that same level of charisma that I saw him do in Dung. Dung was one of the worst films I saw in 2021, but I didn't give it a 0. Why did I not give it a 0? Is because of Jason Momoa's character. He was the most entertaining part of the movie. He actually looked like he was having fun while everybody was just like this. I'm the king. I'm the king now because my father died. And I need to save the spice and all this other stuff. While it's blaring, the sound mixing goes going pew, 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 and all the time.
I don't need
part. Don't ask me to watch.
I don't need to hear that.
Yeah, that's the score. I wish I was making that up, and it won an Oscar for that score. I've done it several times. I wonder why people are laughing now at it. Maybe it's because it's been a while since I've done it.
I know.
Did I watch the trailer for Dung Part 2? I've only seen the teaser, and frankly, it looks like the same old shit.
I'd love to.
And by the way, they use the in the fucking trailer. Oh no. I almost want to do Dune on this show just so I could shit on it. I honestly do. One of these days, it's gonna happen.
I know it's gonna piss me off.
Echo. It's because Jordy, he was playing the clip. But anyway,
yeah.
Jason Momoa, he's batshit crazy in this movie.
You sound like a freaking.
What did I sound like?
You sound like a walrus giving birth.
I hope it's not the walrus.
Jerry Maguire, I was doing. That sounded more like a walrus. But Jason Momoa, he's the one to see this movie for. He is having so much fun. His scenes he could be intimidating and scary at the same time, just being fucking hilarious. There's this one scene where he's talking. Let's just put it this way without any context.
No, that sounded like Christian Bale.
Oh my god.
Where are we?
Where's my
Oh.
hockey pants?
But yeah, he's worth seeing it just for like.
I'm sorry if I
scene-
sound like
there's
this.
a scene
It's
in
what
this movie
happens
where he's talking
when I
to
drink
dead
breast tea.
bodies, like he's having a normal conversation with dead bodies, and it's fucking hilarious. I think it's big dark comedy, campy bullshit. It's just funny, and I feel like this movie, speaking of, since it's a more intimidating villain, this movie has more stakes in this time around compared to F9, which had no stakes whatsoever. There's actually stakes. People can die at any time.
Love steaks.
Yeah, but anybody in this movie could die at any time, even though this is the franchise where nobody really ever dies, and
I
that's
want
the
some
case
steak
towards-
now, Victor. Damn it, Victor.
Me too.
But in terms of that, it feels more risky. Like you feel like, oh, these people might die. These characters might die. This, and that. And also, I like the fact that this movie goes for an Empire Strikes Back approach. You see, throughout most of the runtime, the characters are completely separated into different storylines. There is a reason for it, but I won't get into that. But it's like having this Empire Strikes Back kind of approach. Of course, it's not as great as Empire Strikes Back, but I feel like it was really interesting trying to separate the characters, because normally in these movies you see them all together as a family. Obviously, that's what this franchise has always been about. But seeing them separate was a really interesting idea. I felt it was a really interesting idea.
It's funny. It's funny. Hunter points that out. Yes, it does turn 15 this month.
Oh,
I actually remember watching The Dark Knight with my cousin.
But in terms of other improvements they made to the movie, the action sequences are much more intense. They're much better made, much better filmed. This is directed by, oh god, I'm gonna fuck up his name. I am going to fuck up his fucking name.
Yeah.
Louis Leterrier. He's a French dude. Let's just put it that day. Let's put French dude. He's directed a lot of movies for Europa Corp, and Europa Corp at the beginning was fine, but then they turned into really shit when they hired Olivier Megaton to direct almost every single one of their movies. But he directed Unleashed, which I think that's a badass movie. Unleashed. That's a really good movie with Jet Li and Bob Hoskins and Morgan Freeman. He directed Transporter 2. He directed The Brothers Grimsby. I heard that was fucking terrible.
I've
he
heard
also
The
directed
Incredible
the remake of Clash of Titans, which I'm very annoyed by because my mom
The Incredible Hulk happens to be available for
that's right.
Plus.
The Incredible Hulk. He did that too. But like his best movie by far is Unleashed. If you guys get a hold of that movie, watch it because it's awesome.
He
But
also did the entire Netflix
Dark Crystal.
Of, Dark Crystal.
Dark Crystal.
that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Before it was canceled because it was too expensive.
I have to watch that.
Good.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, you could spend $200 million on pieces of shit like $200 million on shows nobody cares about, and yet they canceled Dark Crystal, which actually people cared about. I don't get Netflix's logic. I really don't. Don't.
They forgot the L word.
Oh God.
The L word for loser.
Or lesbian.
Oh, the L word. Oh, I never saw that show. But I feel like since Justin Lin did such a terrible job with F9, Louis Leterrier, again, I'm fucking up his name probably, but he was the right guy to direct this movie. He was the right guy to direct this movie because he has been an outspoken fan of these movies. He is a fan, first and foremost. And the attention to detail in this movie, yes, he's a fan. Because the amount of attention to detail in this movie about everything in this franchise and how it connects from Fast 5, because there's a connection between Fast 5 and this movie. Very heavily connected. And he showed what Justin Lin didn't show in the last movie. Passion in the direction. There's passion in the movie. He's clearly, and also this movie has another thing that F9 doesn't have. Emotion, as heart, as humor. It's pretty much Fast 10, Fast 10, whatever you want to fucking call it. I don't even know how it's pronounced still.
What kind of I'm just kidding.
I think it's Fast 10 though, but this is what F9 should have been. Sorry, Hunter. I know I stole your line, but it's true. It's exactly what F9 was supposed to be. And like, even the character Jacob, John Cena's character, he's so much better in this movie, which is shocking. I felt like they weren't ever going to redeem that character. But you know what? They did. They absolutely did. And he was actually really funny and entertaining in this movie. John Cena was actually giving a shit. He was not phoning it in. He actually looked like he was having a good time doing this movie. So it's like, and this movie actually has shocking moments. In particular, the end of the movie. I'm not talking about the post-credit scene because the events of the post-credit scene got leaked out in front of the public by the fucking press. And if like Variety or something like that posted a week in advance that The Rock was going to come back and ruin the whole post-credit scene for everybody. So thanks, Variety. But that being said, I'm happy The Rock came back. Finally, The Rock came back. Him and Vin Diesel are finally able to break all that bullshit, that baggage that they had. But the ending to this movie especially if you're a fan of this franchise, will be shocking. With that being said, other than that moment, I have some flaws, which goes to the ending. The major flaw is with the ending, because it's not really an ending. It just stops. It's like a cliffhanger. And I like my movies to be at least have a little bit of finality to them. And in this movie, it doesn't give you any kind of closure whatsoever. It doesn't. Yes, I get it. It's the first of a multi-part movie. Supposedly, this is 3 parts long now. But it doesn't feel any closure. That's like one of the biggest complaints I have with it. Also, even though I do say the humor mostly works, some of it doesn't work. Sometimes there's dad jokes in this movie that don't pulled up. And again, I hate dad jokes. I hate dad jokes. But yeah, other than that, and also the fact too is that once again, Dom is a fucking superhero at this point. He's fucking invincible. The whole ego of Vin Diesel. Then again, that you come to expect that from this franchise because he's one of the producers on it at this point. He's kind of controlling the franchise at this point. But other than that, I really enjoyed it. I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. I thought it was a vast improvement than F9. And in terms of my ranking, I'm not going to rank them now because I want to wait till the fucking franchise is over to rank these sons of bitches. This is 6th position. I like it more than Fate of the Furious. I do. Although it's not as good as the original. So, 4 out of 5. I really enjoyed this movie. I felt like Louis Leterrier did a very good job. And it goes back to what Fast 5 through 8 were so good at doing. I feel like really well done. I can't wait to see more. Oh, another thing. There's a twist that happens in the movie that's another flaw. The twist, like there's a twist with one character, which I saw that coming a mile away. I saw that like you could, you could kind of predict it a mile away. That's one of my only complaints. Biggest surprise film of the year. I haven't seen that many films this year. I've only seen about 12. But I'm gonna give the slight edge to Knock at the Cabin. There's my biggest surprise because I didn't think M. Night was gonna ever make a good movie again.
I was gonna say the same thing. Yeah, because he hasn't made a good movie in like long time.
So Fast 10, go see it. I would recommend it. And it did very well. Over in North America, it flopped in North America because I think it's mainly because they released it at the wrong time. Why would they release it in May and not March or April like they usually do? That's besides the point. I feel like that's why this movie failed. Because a lot of the fans seem to really enjoy this movie. And for the critics who are taking this movie so seriously, lower it down. This is not A24 we're talking about. We're talking about popcorn action movies. You gave Extraction 2 good reviews. That's a popcorn action movie. So I don't know. I don't know. I mean, they kind of need to calm down a little bit. It's Fast and Furious. What do you expect? What do you expect from Fast and Furious at this point? You're just there to have fun, and I had fun. Although there's one part of this movie towards the very end that looked like a Hot Wheels commercial. My mom and I were watching at the time, and I told her this looks like a Hot Wheels commercial. She was laughing.
Hot Wheels, beat that.
Did sound good. But yeah, 4 out of 5. I would highly recommend this movie. If you're a fan of the franchise, I I implore you to watch it because it's way better than F9. Way better. It's not even funny. So
Alrighty.
good job. I can't wait for parts 2 and 3. So yeah, that's what I have to say. William, we go next now.
Alrighty. Well, I guess you already confirmed another marathon that I'll be doing after Mission Impossible.
What, you're gonna confirm? Wait, you're already starting Mission Impossible?
Well, I'll try to squeeze in the first movie before we get out of here.
Before we get out of here?
No,
You're
after
gonna
we
cheat
get out.
You're gonna
After
cheat on me with the show,
I
bitch?
said I'm gonna clear.
Victor,
Victor,
let the boy speak.
let me speak. I'm just gonna start off the first movie after the show. Is that better?
Okay, but what you were gonna say now?
All right. So I got some Blu-rays to show you here, and I'm gonna go one by one.
You might be seeing you might, I mean, depending on what the schedule is. I don't know. I haven't seen my fucking calendar yet. Let me check my calendar. Just continue.
All right. So
you might see a Blu-ray, a 4K update from me next week. You might.
Ooh,
You
okay.
might. Considering what comes out, and maybe a lot of you might know what it is, but that's besides my point. Continue.
All right. So the first Blu-ray I have is a show that I've actually been meaning
Oh, it's a show.
Yes, and I've actually been meaning to rewatch this for quite a while since it's been over 10 years, I think, since the
Jesus
last time I saw it.
Christ.
Josh Whedon's Firefly.
Oh yeah, I need to watch Firefly. I still don't have Firefly. I have almost every single Joss Whedon show except Firefly, and because it wasn't complete, Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but that was a complete. That never got completed on Blu-ray. It only is on Disney Plus, the whole thing. But I have Buffy, I have Angel, and I have Dollhouse. And I don't have Firefly. I don't fucking know why.
Nice. I remember a friend of mine, we actually binged the show in like a few weeks. And then afterwards, we saw the conclusion to the show, which was called Serenity.
Yeah.
And I remember being a really fun
If
experience.
we ever do Serenity, I feel like we have to review the show as a collective unit
Yeah.
at one point. If we ever do Serenity.
Yes.
Serenity.
Serenity. Is it time to bring back the TV reactions? I don't fucking know.
I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe we just have
Keep
to
your
watch
hopes-
it as a collective unit. Let's hope the Disney Plus merger, when they add Hulu content, Firefly gets added. So hopefully everybody can watch it before we watch Serenity. But that's for a lover time.
All right, next up is a movie that I don't know why it needs a remake at this point, because I feel like this should have been, untouched. Arachnophobia.
Oh, I love Arachnophobia. That is a really underrated movie. I feel like that is so good. It's the first Hollywood Pictures movie ever made. It is. Hollywood Pictures was a division of Disney. That was the second adult division. Touchstone was the first. Hollywood Pictures is the second. This is the first movie they did. And they collaborated with Frank Marshall, who directed this movie. And Steven Spielberg was an executive producer. And I feel like this is a really good creature feature featuring spiders.
That's some good shit.
Oh, at least it's not the 2019 Serenity. Oh my fucking god, that movie is terrible. And Matthew McConaughey. Oh.
And I've heard that it ends in a video game sequence.
Oh no. Like the whole movie takes place in the video game. The whole movie takes place in the video game.
Wow.
Well,
And like the whole point of it was like
they love to do. I mean, if you want to,
But here's the thing, though,
base it off of, make it look like a video game.
Here's the thing, though. The why it's taking place in a video game is the most fucked up, insensitive shit ever. Because literally, it's about a kid programming a computer game on his computer because his father was abusive, and in the video game they have to figure out how to kill the father. And the kid ends up shooting his father at the end of the movie and gets away scot-free. He ends up murdering his father and gets away scot-free because he's abusive.
What?
It's just shock value. That movie's fucking garbage.
I'm looking at Disney Plus right now, and guess what? National Geographic Shark Fest.
Oh, yeah, but no. Max is doing Shark Week.
Listen.
Max is probably jerking themselves up doing Shark Week.
Listen, Bull Shark Bandits. Bull Shark versus Hammerhead.
It's like a sci-fi original movie.
Most Extreme Sharks. Return of the White Shark. Where's the black shark at?
Yeah. Where's the Asian shark?
Chinese.
Saved from a shark. Well, that's at first. Shark below zero.
Oh, shark below
eat
zero.
Shark. Oh my god.
Shark eat shark like dog eat dog, like that game show Dog Eat Dog.
Oh,
Watch that.
here's something original. Sharkcano, Hawaii.
Oh Jesus.
Sharks versus Dolphins, Bahamas battleground.
Oh my god.
When sharks attack 360. when sharks attack in Y and that's it.
Oh my god. All the shark stuff.
Hold on. Oh, the series and specials. I was wondering, like, okay, we got Killer Shark versus Killer Whale, sharks that eat everything, baby sharks.
Fuck that song, Baby Shark. Fuck
no,
that
it's
shit.
Baby Sharks.
Yeah, but I'm talking Baby Shark. Fuck that song, bro.
Orca versus Great White. World's biggest hammerhead. Oh god.
Jesus.
Sky sharks. What the?
What?
Sharks.
Cannibal sharks.
Don't give him any ideas, Jose. Do not give him any ideas.
Shark
I was already bad enough that,
God.
no, I am not jinxing it. I'm not jinxing myself because I don't want Shark Tale to land on the wheel. I really don't. I don't want to jinx myself. I really don't. I don't feel like watching that movie.
I am not a real shark slayer.
All right.
Okay, sharks versus dolphins blood battle.
And if Nanawe had his own special, I watch it day one.
Man, I'm gonna have to cover this as a topic for R&R.
Oh my god. Anyway, William, you can continue.
Next Blu-ray I have here is a movie that stars John Cusack and Samuel Jackson, and I actually watched this
1408.
movie. 1408.
Yeah, because it wasn't gonna be Cell. It was not gonna be Cell. It was not gonna be Cell. Why would you even buy Cell? That's my question.
Do you see me buying Cell? I don't think so.
I'm surprised you actually got a hold of that because all the Weinstein Company shit's out of print. Unless it's a Lionsgate reprint, they're gonna fuck you over like I got my Clerks 2 Blu-ray. I had to get a new one for.
Oh my god. Next two Blu-rays I have is I don't know. I probably should have saved these for last, but
oh dear.
Here we go.
This ought to be good.
Here we go.
Yeah!
Watch if Romy
The
is
Water
here.
Boy and
Happy Gilmore.
Oh my god.
Romy was
I'm
here.
sorry. I've never seen The Water Boy, but Happy Gilmore is one of my favorite comedies of all time. Shut up, Romy.
Oh my god.
Guilty pleasure.
And Big Daddy is my favorite Adam Sandler movie, but you knew that already because of my the first episode of that fucking Dark Age.
Oh my. Well, that's a dark age that I don't want to be revisiting.
Yeah. But yeah, I the Adam Sandler early stuff. That's the stuff I really enjoy. I don't like the later stuff. I really don't.
Yeah, let's not forget about.
I understand about the later stuff that it's not good. Murder Mystery, I didn't really care for. I never saw the sequel because I didn't care for the first one.
Or how about this? Tay Junior.
Oh my god.
All right, next Blu I have is a very hard to watch film, and I believe this one won the Oscar for Best Picture. 12 Years a Slave.
Oh, there you go.
Yes.
It's a very good movie, but
Waterboy is on.
It's a movie you don't rewatch often. That's one of those movies where you don't rewatch very often. I haven't seen it in a very long time because of the fact it's kind of a tough movie to watch. Although, to be fair, I like to have my dark comedy referencing Michael Fassbender's character whipping a bad movie. So I don't know.
That one tracking shot where it was the tort scene. Oh my god! I don't know how on earth they actually pulled.
By
that
the way,
off.
Steve McQueen, he's hopefully making another movie for Apple this time, which I'm looking forward to because his last movie, Widows, I think that's his best movie he's ever directed. To be honest with you,
Really?
Maybe. I love
Shame?
Widows. That is a fantastic movie.
Shame?
I've never seen Shame because it's
Oh,
I don't want to
Shame,
watch it in front of my parents.
Oh, Shame. That's a one and done movie for me. Especially considering the fact that Michael Fassbender was mostly playing as like a sex addict.
Confessions of the Sex Addict. That should be a show on
Shame.
MTV or fucking Oxygen or some
Shame.
shit like that. Or Lifetime.
Shame.
Or TLC. That's perfect. TLC. And if we don't mean tables, ladders, and chairs or the group TLC.
Actually,
Tender Love and Care.
No, not that either.
I'm gonna see.
We're talking about the Learning Channel, even though they're not even about learning anymore.
Next one I have is an Arnold classic, and I think we
Arnie.
talked about this on
Arnold
this
classic.
podcast, and that is
That is one of my favorite comedies of all time.
Kindergarten Cop.
That reaction was one of the best things we've ever done.
Oh yeah, and
That
especially
movie is genius. Ivan Reitman's best movie. Yeah, it's better than Ghostbusters. I don't care. It's better than Ghostbusters. There's so many iconic scenes. I've said it in my review,
Shut up!
Shut up! And also,
No more complaining.
I have a
no more-
headache.
The kid to go to the
It
bathroom.
might
No.
be I have a headache. It might be a tumor. It's not a tumor.
Not a
And,
tumor.
Um,
That was funny.
I think when the kid eats other people's food, stop it. And then our dad's a real sex machine.
Oh my god.
You ever seen the movie Kindergarten Cop, Jordy?
It's so good.
You never
it is
seen it?
So good.
Can I
It's
put
almost like
that
if we ever do a re-review of a movie we already reviewed just to watch it with Jordy and Jared, that's gonna be one of them.
Maybe.
And
Well-
I did see Last Action Hero, by the way. I actually really liked that movie. I really
Oh.
did. And it's funny because I was shitting on Last Action Hero last week because of the fact that bombed with Jurassic Park. It's a good movie in its own right, but Columbia fucked up the marketing and they were overspending the shit out of that movie. If it had come out near Jurassic Park's time span in the summer, it could have done well. But no. What do you
Yeah.
want to do? We want Rexy to fucking eat you? That's exactly what they did.
Well, my Rexy is just like sleeping. You don't want to
That's my Rexy
disrupt-
impression.
disturb her. Well, next blue I have is another Arnold classic, Conan the Barbarian.
I've never seen Conan.
Conan the
I've seen
Barbarian.
Conan the Barbarian.
Crush your enemies, see them driven before you, the limitation of the women.
It's funny because the director of that movie co-created Rome. He did.
Oh, really?
Yes. Although Bruno Heller was the showrunner,
I'm
John
the great
Milius,
Bruno.
who was the creator, one of the co-creators along with him, directed this movie. He also directed Red Dawn, by the way. The original Red Dawn, not the remake.
Oh, I thought you were going to say the remake because the remake was shitty.
No. He directed the original.
Oh, well, that's good to know. I might as well just like watch the original rather than seeing Chris Hemsworth. What were
No,
you
Josh
thinking?
Peck. That's the star of the movie. Josh Peck.
Josh Peck in that movie.
It was
What
now
were you doing?
Oppenheimer.
Whooping. Okay.
Wait a minute. Have you ever seen Josh Peck in that movie Mean Creek?
I heard he's cussing like a storm in that movie.
Oh my.
I forgot about that.
I'm not gonna lie. If that's the only movie he's ever done with cussing in it, I'm like in my head.
Something
What was he
tells
on?
me we need to do Mean Creek sometime in the near future.
Oh my god, I'm not gonna lie. When they get to that part, I'm gonna be laughing so bad when he starts talking about that kid, its death, all that.
Yeah,
know?
it's technically the first official PG-13
Oh, yeah.
rated movie. However, the first one rated PG-13 by
And
the
all you do
FDA
is
with
talk
the
about how their
Flamingo Kid,
assholes work.
but the Flamingo Kid came out later. The Flamingo Kid with Matt Dillon. So
You wonder
I
why
mean, when he
Steven
said-
Spielberg wanted to create the PG-13
it's
movie
because of Temple
after
of
he
Doom.
did
Because of
Temple of Doom and rip the people's hearts out.
Thing is, when he said
Moron,
like
Sotoram.
and I don't like I hate it when you talk about your fathers and how they're assholes. Like,
Next one.
okay.
All right, next one. Okay, Victor, I'm well aware you hate this movie.
Oh,
you
for fuck's
absolutely
sake.
hate this movie.
I'm getting ready. I'm gonna get ready now.
Yeah.
All right, Jared.
I'm gonna
but
get ready
I
now.
think you
I'm
may
gonna get
like
my
this
legs
one.
ready because I need to. Go ahead.
I'll just quote this one. I gotta mention this one. I drink your milkshake. Jared.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That's
He
one of
walked
my
off.
favorite movies of
He
all
walked
time.
off. Oh my god. I will There Will Be Blood. I think this was like my very first Paul Thomas Anderson movie. Do you remember what was yours, Jared?
My very first Paul Thomas Anderson movie was actually The Master,
Oh wow.
which
The
is
Master.
not my not one of my favorites, but I that was the first one I watched.
Yeah, but after watching this movie, I'm probably gonna watch some of his other earlier works.
Give me a fucking break.
You just walked off.
Give me a fucking break. Magnolia is the best Paul Thomas Anderson movie. I don't care what anybody says. Magnolia is fucking awesome. That's what almost like after that, he didn't make a good movie. Oh wait, Punch Drunk Love is decent. I don't love it.
Oh, I
but
love
it's
Punch Drunk
decent.
Love.
After Punch Drunk Love, I don't like any of his films.
Well, Victor,
Especially- What?
I think this one will make you all cheer up, and it's a movie that you actually added on this wheel.
That's
Ginger Snap.
yeah,
Mm.
great fucking movie.
Yeah, this is a Screen
Watch when
Factory
you jinx
Blu-ray.
it though. Watch when you jinx it.
We don't know. What if it
Wait a
lands on
minute.
it?
Wait a minute. You got the slip cover? Holy shit, that's fucking rare, bro. That is
Look.
fucking. How much money did you pay for that shit? I want to know.
I was
Did you
actually
pay over $50?
I actually didn't, and I think it
How
cost
much?
around $30 on eBay.
That's not too bad. It's because
Yeah.
Shout Factory slip covers always are fucking rare. So it's like,
Dude, like, and especially with the box sets that I have, such as
oh
the
my
Halloween,
god, forget about it. Especially the
Mm.
Friday 13th set.
Friday
Shit.
13th one. I actually have both that one and the original box set that just came from.
But yeah,
like,
if you're
Paramount?
Canadian, you know what Ginger Snaps is. It's more popular because it's a Canadian horror film. But although if you watch sci-fi in the mid 2000s, you know what this is because sci-fi used to repeat the shit out of this movie. Although they weren't called Siffy just yet. They were called Siffy. But fantastic
Well,
movie. I hope to talk about it soon.
Same. I hope to not jinx it though.
Oh, I hope to God you don't.
Well,
Or else I'm
next-
gonna get Sentinel.
Oh my god. Next Blu-ray I have is originally this was my favorite movie of that year, but then one other film that we got talked about on this podcast topped
Is
it.
it Fargo? Yeah, yeah.
Fargo.
Yeah, Jerry Maguire kicked your ass. But even though with that being said, I still love Fargo. I'm gonna give Fargo the credit. That is the best Coen Brothers directed movie. People would
Ooh.
say The Big
Mine's-
Lebowski, which I
mine's
do
Big-
like, but I don't consider it's not one of my favorites.
That's my favorite. Big
No
Lebowski.
Country for Old Men could have been their best directed movie if it weren't for the last final half hour. It could have been, but no, they decided to fuck it up.
I actually own that movie and I have yet to see it.
I watched it. I have the Blu-ray too. I only watched it one time because the ending fucking pisses me off. But Fargo, yeah. I can't. I literally, I went for like 6 months straight just going, yeah. Like it came to my lexicon. I was just talking like people in Fargo, you darn tootin' and all that other stuff.
Actually,
And also, Frances McDormand deserved the Oscar. She deserved it.
Next Blu-ray I have here is another horror movie that I've been meaning to rewatch for so long, and this is probably like my biggest surprise of that year: Tucker and Dale vs. Evil.
I've never seen that.
I love that movie.
I've never seen it.
Listen, can I have a quick little story about this? How
Yeah.
I
I like to
this
tell
movie?
stories on this show. Tell stories.
So one of my best friends, he's one of my absolute best friends now. I was a senior and he was a freshman.
Okay.
And we had we were in choir class together because like I decided like I was in like the chamber choir and I decided to be in the freshman choir class to kind of help out my teacher. And he was in that class and he was talking about movies and everything. And I thought he just like didn't know what he was talking about. He was telling me about this movie called Tucker and Dale versus Evil. And I was like, this sounds like the stupidest movie like ever. And then I looked on like review sites and people like loved it. And then I'm like, oh, maybe he is right.
Okay, Hunter Hughes says, so you were core boys compared to Gabriel Byrne.
And I finally watched the movie and it's great.
Choir boy.
Jared, it was hilarious. Like
It's
I
funny
did not
because
expect it to
one of the
love
guys from Ginger Snaps is, the guy who tries to hit on Ginger. Oh, hey, Fitz, I think we should get together. No. That guy.
Next one I have is, what do you get when you take Jennifer Lopez, Ice Cube, and John Voight, and then you would face a gigantic slithering creature?
Oh, yeah, I know.
Oh no.
Anaconda.
Yep.
Oh dear.
You got John Voight, and you got freaking Ice Cube in that movie.
Once you said Ice Cube and John Voight, I knew what it was.
Yeah, you were.
Anaconda. I have a story.
ahead.
I've seen Anaconda more times than I've liked. And like I used to like it when I was a kid, right? I used to enjoy it as a kid, but then when I got older and older and older, I fucking hate this movie. I hate this movie. I really can't stand it. It's just like, it's so boring to me. And also at the same time, it's so ridiculous. Like when John Voight gets spit out by the CGI snake. John Voight is so ridiculous in that movie.
He was. He's so ridiculous.
He was like over the top villain or something.
Was.
I remember watching Lake Placid. I've never seen Lake Placid, but I think Lake Placid is probably gonna be better of a movie than this.
That was good. But man, John Voight, and I remember watching that for that Horror October marathon.
And yes,
from
that is the
2020.
first of 3 movies in a row where Owen Wilson dies. This is the first one. The second was Armageddon, which we already reviewed, and the third one was The Haunting.
Oh yeah.
Oh my
The
god.
Haunting. That movie is awful, but that part was funny though. That part was funny.
I was laughing when I saw that.
That part is funny though. I'll give him that.
That's another movie. Actually, I remember watching it for my Horror October 2020 marathon, and I was like, "What the fuck is this?" And I remember like those CGI like gargoyles that were
And
like
the CGI goes at the end. The CGI goes at the end.
I'm like, that looked horrible. Just stick with the original.
I never saw the original, so I just judged it on its own. It's terrible.
Oh my god! Next one.
Oh god, over the top.
When I did that guilty pleasure topic one episode, I remember putting Over the Top as one of my guilty pleasures.
Over the top. It's a canon movie. Of course, it's gonna be a guilty pleasure.
It is. You got Stallone as a freaking trucker who just loves semi-truckers so much.
I'll be right
you
back.
Go into freaking.
All right.
And you go
I'm
into
surprised.
contest.
Oh, that leads me to one thing that I really appreciated about Fast X. Optimus Prime as a cameo in the movie. Because there's a semi-truck that looks like Optimus Prime.
Oh,
Towards
what?
the end, if you pay attention close to the end, you'll see a truck that almost looks like Optimus Prime.
Oh my god.
Hunter, you know what I'm talking about. You noticed that too, probably.
And the last Blu-ray, just to conclude my topic, is one of the best movies that just came out in that year, and what needs to be said about it. My last one is Mean Girls.
That is a movie I own on DVD, and I think it's the movie that killed the teen comedy genre for good, but in a good way, because after this, every time they try to replicate a teen comedy, it was over. That's it. Every single teen comedy after this is shit. Book Smart, I shot on that before. Lady Bird, I shot on that.
Oh god.
Like, there's not very many teen comedies that are not very good anymore. There really is not, and Mean Girls is the reason for that.
Yeah,
Tina
and it's
Fey
also a
put all the
brilliant
tropes
satire.
of those movies and spun them around. She pulled a Kevin Williamson and called it what it was.
Yeah, and it's a brilliant satire.
It's also, in a way, satiring like movies like She's All That. Even though I do like She's All That, I think that's a pretty good movie. But yeah, I thought it was a really good movie. Although it's not my favorite teen comedy of all time. Of course, we already established that it's Can't Hardly Wait. So, although again, American Pie could beat it. I don't know. I don't know.
One day, Victor, maybe one day, American Pie could be topped as your favorite teen comedy.
Maybe because Willow's in it.
Gee, I wonder why you would say that. I wonder why. And we're not talking about the movie that Jared put on the
band camp. That's the only thing I know from it.
Jared, we're not talking about that fantasy movie that you put on the wheel.
Yes.
Oh God.
and then Victor was like, Will Rosenberg from Buffy? Allison Hannigan's character?
That's exactly what I said too. Word
Yeah.
for word.
And that's my topic.
Okay.
Awesome.
So I guess Jared, you're forced to go now because
by default.
Yeah, by default.
All right, so I also have a movie haul, but it's gonna.
Also, you be quiet, bias because of fucking Willow Rosenberg. I don't care. You better watch Buffy when it adds on Disney Plus, bitch.
Oh, I
So
hope
yeah,
Section is coming. Anyway.
so yeah, I also got a movie haul, but it's only 3, but there's a
okay.
little bit that I want to talk about like right after I show the last one.
All right.
So first off, like I got all these for like I got these 3 for like $43 on
Not bad.
Amazon.
Oh, right. You established that you got them for $43 last week.
Yeah.
You did. You
well,
established.
this one that I'm going to show is pretty cheap. Now I've been hearing some people saying that like this is a really good 4K, and then some that are saying like you need the right TV.
Oh dear.
For it to be as good as it can be, because some say that the picture's too dark, but some people don't seem to be having that problem, and it is Heat.
Oh, I have the Blu-ray, and I know about this controversy. And you know what's funny? I'm going to ruin the poll for a minute. Heat won the poll.
Okay, because I saw that Heat was
but...
on. I saw Heat was on there. I was like, wow, how funny that I got Heat.
Yeah, it won.
But yeah, I got this for like $7.99, and so I was
spoiler alert.
Because like
I have the Blu-ray equivalent of it, which is the director's definitive edition. It's the one with the Los Angeles kind of slipcover, and it's apparently from the same transfer, and yet the HDR apparently is very, very, very different. And that's the original Warner Brothers Blu-ray you got right there, William. That's pretty rare because the original Warner. Because mine's a Fox disc.
Yeah, this is Fox, because this is the last.
Technically, that's 20th Century Studios because it got renamed.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Like every time I think of 20th Century, I always say 20th Century Fox because
I always do. It's like I'm so used to saying it. I don't even say 20th Century Studios. I just still call it Fox. It's the same fucking company. I'm still calling it Fox.
Now, I've not watched this yet because these came in Saturday, but I was over at my girlfriend's place, so I didn't technically like.
Plus, you watched Independence Day yesterday. I stalked your letterbox.
Yes, I did. And speaking of, I got it in 4K, so I was able to watch it in 4K.
Listen,
Jared,
I don't have the 4K, but I have a digital copy which has the 4K transfer on it. And I gotta say, the picture quality on that shit, it looks amazing.
Now, obviously, there's not a big difference, but I will say I watched the extended edition.
I sent the link that I sent for Jordy. It's the extended edition.
It's only 9 minutes longer.
I'm probably the only one who saw the theatrical version.
Wait, I thought Jordy's supposed to watch the theatrical, not the extended first.
That's the only file I can find. The extended version. That's the only file I can do. So fuck it.
That's one of the difficulties of like watching a movie like online, because a lot of times like it's the extended cuts.
Mallrats is the biggest example. Mallrats is the biggest example. Oh my god! Most of the links for that movie online are the extended cut that Kevin Smith doesn't want you to see.
Also, I do want to say that might talk about it a little more, but this movie does look incredible in 4K.
Absolutely
incredible. And now my last one. I've been wanting a 4K for a while, and I got it for Christmas, but there was a movie that released on 4K. I think it was last year or year before last. 2021. That it's like I want it because I want a 4K so that I could get that movie. Mostly because it's a movie I love, but also the cover is absolutely beautiful. And that is
cover. Wonderful.
The 10 Commandments.
Oh, I heard this book is awesome.
Considered by a lot of people to be like a top 5 4K transfer.
Yes, that's what I've been hearing as well.
And I
that movie.
have watched this movie. I watched it today.
Mm-hmm.
And it is incredible. The work that was done. This
I heard
movie,
extensive work.
this is I knew this would look good just because of how colorful of a movie I remember it being, because I would watch this a lot as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks incredible. All the colors are vibrant. The sound is great.
I heard the only thing that doesn't look too hot is the sequence with the sea, because it's mostly a matte painting.
Yes. But yeah, this was really good. However, there's some problems that came with it.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
I think I might have mentioned either off the air or on the air about some problems I have with my 4K player.
Oh dear.
Because it's a Sony I can't remember the exact like numbers and stuff, but it's like X like 700.
I think that's the original 4K model. I think.
Well,
Quote me on that.
apparently it does have problems with movies skipping
Oh.
and stopping.
Really?
And it
Check your
happened.
discs first to see if the discs were fucking greasy.
Okay, I checked the disc. The disc is fine. I actually did clean the disc and everything, and it maybe helped somewhat. And I looked for any like scratch or anything, and there's like this one little piece. It might not exactly be it, but see, I had some other 4Ks that have done the stop and starting,
Mm-hmm.
but like not to. I think I may, but like it would only do it like once. This did it 3 times
Oh
in
my
this.
god.
But I think it is my 4K player.
I think it has to be. If there's no fucking scratches on the
Because
damn disc. Unless, of course, the disc is faulty.
yeah. But I think it is that because I looked at like
You probably
what
looked
some
at
of the major issues.
Blu-ray.com.
I looked at like what the major issues were with that model,
Mhm.
specifically, and why it skips, and it has something to do with it does a good job with dual layer discs.
Mhm.
It's when you get to triple layer,
Oh dear.
and this is a triple layer.
It's funny because I
4K.
think Avatar, The Way of Water, it has to be a triple layer because of how long the fucking movie is. And yet,
I mean, it probably is, because I haven't watched all my Way of Water 4K, but I did watch like my Avatar 4K, and there was a moment where it did stop.
oh
But like
dear.
it wasn't to the equivalent of this. So I'm definitely at
Yeah, it's
some
definitely the
point.
player then. It can't be the disc. It can't be.
Yeah, I'm definitely at some point.
For the record, my 4K player is a PS5, so and that works like a champ. It works like a beast.
Well, hopefully I'll be getting a PS5 sometime. Like I am planning on it. But yeah,
It works like a champ. It works like a champ.
I will say like it would skip some, but thankfully like it wasn't like it skipped like a whole. It would be like 5 seconds.
Oh, it's not like 5 minutes, 10 minutes,
No,
20 fucking minutes.
No. It's like it would skip for 5 seconds, and then also once I cleaned the disc a little, it actually did help it some.
Uh-huh.
So it might have been a mixture of the disc and that.
It reminds me of a story that I want to tell everybody. So one day I decided to pop in my 4K of the J.J. Abrams movie Super 8 because I had never watched it before at the time. When I got about halfway through the movie, the disc abruptly stopped. I had the same issue. However, I went back to the disc and looked at the back. It was fucking greasy, dirty shit, and it was coming from the fucking case too. So I had to clean the case.
Yes, it's the lubricant from.
Yes, it's the lubricant. Why are you jerking off while putting these cases together with the fucking lubricant? Yeah, but like that shit, get that shit off, especially from Amazon. Amazon's the real culprit of that kind of shit happening too. So yeah. Especially with Paramount discs. Paramount discs are the main culprit. So literal culprit, which means that Paramount needs to find a better 4K facility to manufacture their discs because yikes. Although I did clean my Super 8 disc and it worked fine. Like it worked like if it was brand new after I cleaned it. So problem solved. With that being said, that was the story because
that's weird.
This like stopped and like skipped only 4 times at least. Like it'd be a whole different story if it was like constant or like if like it skipped like whole scenes or something, but no, it just it would only be a few seconds. And seeing as the movie's like 3.5 hours long, it happening 4 times, I can live with it. Like I can live with it right now, but like it like eventually I'm like, okay, I'm going to have to retire that 4K player.
Yeah, I think it's best.
Get something else. Or you know, wait until I get my PS5 and watch it there. But yeah, this 4K is absolutely amazing. It is the definitive way to watch this movie. This is one of the like greatest films ever made.
Which is funny because I haven't seen it.
Same.
Blame the length. Blame the length.
Well, I will say too, like something that tells this exact same story. I might like Prince of Egypt more.
That's the version of that story that I've seen.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the Prince of Egypt in like a decade though. So,
but like it's a true epic down to its core, and it looks incredible. So
So that's interesting.
It is.
And also I got Independence Day, and I thought that would be funny to reveal on the channel, like, hey guys, I watched it in 4K.
I watched it in 4K, and I watched it on VHS just to be funny and be different. So Jordy, you're up next.
All right, what should I discuss? Should I talk about me recently getting back into SVU?
Oh, Law and Order SVU. My sister watches that show.
Or
I used to watch that all the time.
My mom used to too.
Wait. So tell the other one before we decide, like the other topic you had in mind.
Okay, I got that. There's also, I did watch, Spider-Man: Homecoming on Disney Plus.
I feel like SVU is a more interesting conversation than Spider-Man: Homecoming, to be honest.
Okay, so I did watch the first 2 seasons of the series.
On Peacock?
Yeah, well, no, it was on Peacock. It was on Hulu.
Oh, you have Hulu? I didn't know that.
I've always had Hulu. I thought you didn't. I thought you knew that.
Nope.
Well, anyway, I got into the middle of season 3, but then I stopped, and I think this was like a couple of years ago, but then I decided to get back into it recently, and I didn't start from the beginning like I did before. I just decided to pick up where I left off, and now I'm in season 4, and I'm not gonna lie, every single episode that I watch, I loved every single twist after the other. It just
Well, this is the early SVU. It's not. It was before SVU became so tired and played out, and now it's still happening. It's still on the air.
Yeah, well, you never know with shows nowadays. I mean, even if you don't find interest in it, sometimes if you watch,
Speaking of which, I want to say something that might be shocking to Jordy. Remember when I shat on CSI? Well, apparently Paramount Plus just added the entire CSI series, and I think I want to watch it.
Okay.
Oh God.
But as far as I'm concerned, if you watch from the very first episode and then watch every single one all up till now, I think you find the whole meaning behind the story of in each episode. And I'm not gonna lie, I really do love the chemistry between Olivia and Elliot. Benson and Stabler, because the thing is, when you had those two together, that they're, you couldn't find a better, like duo. I mean, sure, you've seen Scully and Mulder.
Oh yay, it's me!
You've seen
he referenced that thing he likes.
You've seen Goran and Ames. You've seen
from where? What show?
Criminal Intent.
Oh, Criminal Intent. Okay.
And so on and so forth. So
and also Booth and Bones.
Yeah,
Bones.
There you go.
Also
So
Buffy and Angel, but that's besides my point because we're going too far now.
At the end of the day, I just feel like, I think my best, detective co-op, I would have to say, is definitely, Benson and Stabler.
Yeah, I can see that, although I'm partial to Mulder and Scully for obvious reasons.
But yeah. Now, I'm not going to lie. Recent episode I watched, I'm telling you, had a lot to do with a man with his doll collection, and I'm telling you, I thought for sure, Finn Tutuola was about to kill someone at first.
My sister loves that character.
Well, that's because the reason why he's even on the show is because the previous character who was in season 1 was had already went through a breakup with one of the main casting members, and that's why she left her position of off the main series. That's why they replaced, Finn with that character.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
I will say, in terms of procedurals like this, I feel like it's very rare when I actually really like one. But I want to mention one that people should watch, although I haven't finished this show yet, Without a Trace. That's a really good fucking show. That's a really good show. Which is in the same universe as CSI, its spin-offs, Cold Case, all those shows. Anything Jerry Bruckheimer did in the 2000s on TV, it's connected to that.
Okay.
But yeah, as far as I'm concerned, I mean, I want to watch the original Law and Order and watch its very first season all the way.
Here's the thing though, that show is not fucking available to stream in its entirety, which I think is bullshit. If it has something to do with Dick Wolf wanting more money to stream the whole thing, I don't know why.
Wait a minute, how many seasons does the original Law and Order have?
Well, the original Law and Order came back, so I think it has season 20.
I think it's got
27.
It's got over 20 seasons.
Oh,
I know,
Jesus.
because remember, the show came back not too long ago. So I think it's season 22 or 23.
Jesus.
Yeah.
It was done after a long absence. SVU was the longest running Law and Order for a time, and now the original came back. So,
well, the thing is, SVU is still the longest in general, because even if the original came back, still SVU still keeps going on.
Yeah, because it's that season 26, 27.
Mm-hmm.
It's about as long as The Simpsons at this point.
Now, if I were to say, would the series end after Olivia Benson retires? Or
yes, I think it would end. I think it wouldn't be the same.
Yeah, would it be? No, you didn't let me finish. After she retires and or gets killed off. I mean, the thing is, I think it should end with her. After one more episode that is its final episode with her or whatever. Because the thing is, if it wasn't, it started with Olivia, it should end with her.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because here's the thing: whenever you're trying to replace your main character on a procedural, sometimes it doesn't work. However, CSI did survive when they changed out the protagonist. They did survive. They did survive. With Lawrence Fishburne, apparently he was awesome, and then you got Ted Danson replacing him. So, yeah.
I think the reason why Lawrence Fishburne, left was because, he wanted to pursue and, more.
Now we go back to movies.
Yeah, I understand that, but then again, here's the thing. It's also regarding the character of his character, after Nate Haskell gets killed off. Spoiler alert.
Oh, great! You ruined it for me, man. I don't care. I don't care.
If people hadn't watched it already, then that's their fault.
I don't care.
I just think it's so, I think it was kind of a fitting end for his, story to be in Vegas, because at the end of the day, there's not that much to tell with his character, because it all started with Nate Haskell and it ended with Nate Haskell, and I think that's appropriate. it's a pretty good way to go out, you know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's pretty much my topic in regard to me continuing watching SVU.
Nice.
Yeah, I feel like we're running short on time. Talk about Homecoming. We're not running long on time. We're under 2.5. We're under 85 minutes. Might as well talk about Homecoming. Hello? Did anybody hear me?
Yeah.
I can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear.
So you could. So I feel like since we're under time, you could talk about Homecoming. We're under time. Looks like Jerry Maguire. We're under time.
Oh, I'm in.
Oh, okay. I thought something happened.
What happened?
Yeah, I think I'll save Homecoming for next week.
Okay.
Okay, Jordy.
Okay.
All right.
So
All right.
in terms of what's going to happen next, well, next will be our review. But in terms of the aliens, yeah, I have a lot to say about the aliens because they are pretty interesting characters.
Oh.
Put it that way.
Aliens.
Yeah, aliens. Although I wish Mulder and Scully was in this movie. I really wish they were.
Man, I wish Sigourney
They
Weaver
even-
was in this.
They even reference X-Files.
Yes, they do at the very beginning. At the very beginning, you blink or you miss it. They mention, "Oh, I watch the X-Files sometimes." When they go to the headquarters, because like the TV satellite thing. But yeah, we'll talk about the movie when we get back. Just enjoy these commercials that I know are going to make people laugh.
Hello, Tony. I think we might use a video replay here.
Super, Ralph. Let's do that.
Oh, yes, we could be in for a quintessential tango taste sensation here. Why, yes, Tony, let's look again.
Yes, Ralph. The big orange fella ran in from the left, and he gives him a good old slapping.
It just illustrates the bite and buzz of real oranges in tango.
Yes, Ralph. Super taste sensation, smashing drink, lovely.
You know when you've been tangoed.
Zazu condoms. Fun, sexy, safe.
I don't know. I remember that second commercial. That second commercial. Oh my god.
Oh my god. I literally picked it, but I mean, the tantrum's funny enough, but the punchline that's really a condom commercial, that's what gets me.
I was watching it and I was like, I don't know what this is for.
I remember that
Wait,
commercial.
you know what? It may not be a commercial, but I want you to play some for next week, which will be even funnier, okay?
Oh dear. What the hell was that? Hunter, yeah, that's what I go through whenever I try to think about what commercials that I should add. Try to find the most shocking ads in the world.
That second commercial, I remember that shit. I was laughing my ass off every time that commercial pop up. I would be dying on the floor just laughing.
Oh my god!
That's
But
my laugh box.
the main subject for tonight is going to be the reason why we're here this early, because we usually do it on Tuesday. But since it's the 4th of July, I felt.
Oh,
Damn it!
Whoa.
what have you been eating?
This. I've been eating this. Oh, you didn't even see it. But it's like rice and beans and chicken.
That makes sense for beans.
Oh, Jesus. Well, it comes from the back end, not the front end. It comes from the back end, not the front end.
I said you're gonna need Jesus after that burp.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, pun intended. So since it's 4th of July, I decided that there should be no other movie that we should cover except for this one. And I'm not an ogre. I am not Shrek.
Speaking of Shrek, we could cover that in the future.
Well, Ibar had it on the wheel, so it's one of the things where you have to wait until he comes back in order to do Shrek.
Yeah, I know.
Tonight is going to be one of the most seminal blockbusters of all time. The 1996 Roland Emmerich epic. What? Why did I call it an epic? It's a blockbuster. You know what I mean?
What?
Independence Day. The one where the aliens are just as mean as the ones in War of the Worlds.
Oh, God.
This summer, plan your getaway early.
Please leave these cities in an orderly fashion.
Beat the summer traffic.
Nice driving, Pops.
And whatever you do, don't look up. Newcomb.
Welcome to Earth.
Independence Day.
Peace!
Rated PG-13.
This commercial offended me. You all know why? They said, don't look up.
Well, you know what? It's kind of funny how like Will Smith said the famous catchphrase. I would have said, "Welcome to Earth, bitch."
I love that he said.
I'll look up for this instance to say this. Fuck you, Adam McKay. Anyway. Oh, God. Why did not put my information down? God damn it. Again, not being prepared because I'm fucking eating. Independence Day is a 1996 American science fiction action film, although it's a disaster movie too, directed by Roland Emmerich and written by him as well as Dean Devlin. It stars an ensemble cast that consists of Will Smith, Bill Pullman, Jeff Goldblum, Mary McDonald, Judd Hirsch, Margaret Collin, Randy Quaid, Vivica A. Fox, Robert Loggia, James Rebord, and Harvey Fierstein, and was released on July 3rd, 1996. On this very day, 28 years ago, by 20th Century Fox, the budget was $75 million, and it was at the time the second highest grossing film ever made, making $817.4 million. Yes, almost $1 billion.
Dang.
Wow. That would have been like an event for it's actually the event of 1996 for the summer.
This is the event of 1996. Twister couldn't even come close, and I love Twister.
I love Twister too,
but it didn't come close.
This one.
This was the highest grossing film of that year. Period. That was it. In the epic adventure film Independence Day, strange phenomena surface around the globe. The skies ignite. Terror races through the world's major cities. As these extraordinary events unfold, it becomes increasingly clear that a force of incredible magnitude has arrived. Its mission: total annihilation over the 4th of July weekend. The last hope to stop the destruction is an unlikely group of people united by fate and unimaginable circumstances. Has a 68% rating on Rotten Tomatoes, 7 out of 10 on IMDb, and on Letterboxd, I think it's a 3.1. 3.1? No, 3.3 out of 5. So,
well, I mean, it's kind of funny how like we went from talk about dinosaurs and now we moving on to Jeff Goldblum.
Oh yeah, Jeff. Yeah, we just reviewed a Jeff Goldblum movie, and now we're moving on to Jeff.
We're doing
Goldblum
2 movies in a row starring Jeff Goldblum.
Absolutely. The irony. Although I feel like Jeff Goldblum's character is kind of like Ian Malcolm in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways, he acts very similarly to Malcolm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I agree.
But in terms of the overall movie, I just want to say this right out of the bat. This is by far Roland Emmerich's best movie. There's no fucking contest.
Like,
there's no contest.
No competition.
No competition. No competition whatsoever. No.
Of the ones I have seen, like this is by far his best one.
Yeah,
sure.
Because everything else is cut. He followed us up with Godzilla.
How
Just
many
2
pounds
years
of
later.
fish were there? How many pounds of fish were there on that freaking
That's a lot of fish.
And it stinks up the city. Oh, I don't want to smell that shit again.
Also, it's funny because Godzilla was kind of a parody of Jurassic Park. Godzilla's that version of Godzilla is pretty much Jurassic Park.
And I mean, if you think about it too, this is the start of having the Roland Emmerich disaster movie cliche characters.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. This is the seminal disaster movie. Without this movie, you don't get Deep Impact. You don't get Armageddon.
Nope.
You don't get any of that without this movie, and that's why it's so iconic. To me, every 4th of July, it's not Independence Day without me watching Independence Day. That's how good this movie is. Literally, I could say a lot about it, and I probably will, but I just want to start out with, like, why Roland Emmerich made this movie. Because apparently, from what I understand, Roland Emmerich and Dean Devlin, I believe they came up with the movie because they were interested in that kind of alien type of idea, you know? Oh, actually, you know, the idea came from when they were promoting Stargate in Europe. A reporter asked Emmerich why he made a film with content like Stargate if he didn't believe in aliens. Emmerich said that he was still fascinated by the idea of an alien arrival, and further explained his response by asking the reporter to imagine what it would be like to wake up one morning and discover 15-mile-wide spaceships were hovering over the world's largest cities, which that's what they do in this movie. The ships are huge. They take up an entire cities and blow fuckers up. And after that little notice, Emmerich turned to Dean Devlin and said, quote, "I think we have an idea for our next film." And that's where Independence Day came from. Yeah. And they greenlit Peter Chernin literally greenlit the screenplay for this one day after Emmerich and Devlin sent it to him. Peter Chernin was the CEO of Fox at the time, and he greenlit the movie one day after he read the script. That's how good it is. And pre-production began 3 days later. Yeah, they fast-tracked this, which is saying a lot, because I feel like one of the best parts about this movie is the special effects, which I'll get to later. But yeah, and literally, why is this movie so special? Why is it so sentimental towards people? I think the reason why is because people are obsessed with aliens. This is around 1996. The X-Files was ever increasing in popularity and would pretty much be one of the most popular shows on television once it moved to Sunday nights in the fall of 1996. But it was still huge on Friday nights. It was in the Friday night depth slot. It was one of the most successful shows on the air. That's how good it is. They avoided getting canceled in the Friday night depth slot. They were successful in the depth slot. That's how good the X-Files is, but that's besides my point. The point is that with the X-Files and this movie, aliens became popular again. They became part of the pop culture lexicon again. Because after a while, there wasn't really talk about aliens all that much in movies. Like, the big movies of the time were, in terms of blockbusters, just like dinosaur ripoffs because of Jurassic Park. And also, among other things, like the highest grossing film in 95 was like Toy Story and Braveheart and all those other movies. Like this sort of small kind of epic kind of thing. Although I feel like also Michael Bay was kind of, sent to kind of in a way with the bombastic direction of Bad Boys was also seminal to this movie getting made too. It's almost like if Michael Bay made an alien movie. Almost.
Yeah.
Except it's without his editing style. It's much more different edited. In fact, one of James Cameron's frequent editors edited this movie. Yeah, David Branner edited this movie. He edited multiple films for him, including was Titanic? Wait, no. He edited Avatar. Did he? Yeah, no, he did not edit Avatar. He edited what? I thought he edited True Lies. No, it did not. So he just edited Avatar: The Way of Water and its follow-up, which is on Wikipedia, it's kind of confirmed to be The Seed Bearer, which I think is the title they're going for. But he eventually did work with James Cameron. At the time, he was best known for being a collaborator with Oliver Stone. He edited Born on the 4th of July, The Doors, Heaven and Earth. Did he do Any Given Sunday? No, he did not. But he mostly edited a lot of Oliver Stone's movies at the time. Okay. That was what he was best known for. And did he edit Batman Forever? I want to see Hunter's thing here. No, he did not edit Batman Forever, but he did edit Fear, the Marky Mark movie. You know,
with Reese Witherspoon.
Yeah. But there's this movie. It's suggested for inflation. This movie costs technically about $130 million to make, and there is not a moment spent in this movie that this looks for 1996, and now the effects still hold up, and I think I know why. I'm not one of those people who prefers practical over CGI. I feel like both could be used individually in great ways. But with this movie, Emmerich decided to use mostly practical effects. There's very little CGI in this movie. Very little. So the spaceships, they're real. And the explosions, real or matte paintings. The effects are awesome. They're amazing. They're spectacular, especially in 4K. Yeah. It's phenomenal. It's absolutely phenomenal. I mean, to think that this movie got fast-tracked in 95 to 96, and it looks stunning. It's a visually stunning movie. And it's just fantastic. And another thing I want to talk about, what holds this movie together, aside from the action, which I'll get to, and the special effects, are the characters. The characters are the soul that this movie has. Some people will argue with this movie that the characters have no character development. I beg to differ, because there is character development, particularly with the president, where he has to go through the entire movie. Because Bill Pullman's character, essentially at first, he's kind of like this. They even say in the movie, he's kind of like Oliver. I think he said like little cousin Oliver or something like that. Cousin Oliver. Why am I talking about the Brady Bunch? He references something. I think it's like Daddy Warbucks for Annie. I don't fucking remember. No. But, like this young president who doesn't really do much of anything. He's just kind of lazy sitting there. And he's not very well liked by the public until this situation happens. And he is struggling the entire movie, trying to figure out what's the best way to defeat these aliens. And he struggles with that throughout the entire movie. Not only that, the character development between his wife also plays a factor in his storyline as well. But in the end, he is kind of like the prophet of a rebellion, not just for America, but for Earth itself. It's like he says in the speech, one of the most iconic speeches in film history. It's the world's Independence Day, not America's at that point, because they all united to fight with these aliens. So
I remember too, just like, listening to Bill Pullman's famous quote when he gives out that amazing speech last night.
Yes.
His monologue. I actually got goosebumps.
It's one of the best scenes in the entire movie. It really is.
And it's also too, it just goes right up there among some of the best speeches ever.
It's one of the best monologues of all time.
Very, very, very.
And Roland Emmerich is not known for good writing, but god damn it, he wrote a good monologue.
Oh, he sure did. And not even Morgan Freeman from Deep Impact can touch as best president.
I'm going to link to this next. Bill Pullman in this movie is the best movie president of all time. No, there's no contest. Not even Morgan Freeman from Deep Impact could top him. No, he's the best best president. That him and Harrison Ford in Air Force One. Those two come to mind. And it's just a great character. And of course, this is the movie that made Will Smith a star. Yes, he starred in Bad Boys the previous year, but he wasn't an A-lister yet. This is the movie where he became an A-lister. This is the movie where everybody wanted to cast him in all these other movies like Men in Black, Enemy of the State, even like movies like The Legend of Bagger Vance and all this other stuff.
And I looked, and he the year this movie came out was actually the last.
That was the last season of The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Yeah,
it went off the air 2 months before this movie came out.
Oh, that's right.
Okay.
I was looking.
I didn't look at like the dates, but I just like saw.
Yeah, this is the year after Fresh Prince ended, and this is the next big step for him. This is how he became a movie star. His character has so much charisma throughout the entire movie. He's technically not the lead of this movie, but he deserves that top billing. He's just a star.
He did.
It's just,
that was one of the things, because like this is actually my first time watching this movie. Like I watched it for the very first time, and we were like 20 minutes in, and I'm like, "Where's Will Smith? Will Smith's in this movie."
Because I feel like, dude, in this movie, of Independence Day, there's not really a main character. It's an ensemble piece. It's an ensemble piece. Everybody gets their chance to shine in this movie.
Very.
Speaking of which, I want to share a character that steals every scene he's in. Judd Hirsch in this movie.
Yes.
He is hilarious.
Yes.
He is my favorite character.
He is absolutely hilarious. Even though he's very much a stereotype about Jewish people, he's just hilarious.
There's one scene in the movie that I liked. It was the one where it's this, like, launching missile. Oh, crap. And then I think it's fine day to stop drinking.
When he's driving the car, when Judd Hirsch is driving the car, he's like, "Oh, nice skills, Dad." He was driving through Washington D.C. trying to find the president.
My favorite moment with him is like closer to the end when he's sitting down in a circle and they're praying.
Yes,
and then
and he reads from the Toha. I'm not Jewish. I'm sorry.
Yeah. He's like, I'm not. But the guy's like, I'm not Jewish. He's like, nobody's perfect. He's like, nobody's perfect.
Speaking of which, another funny character, Harvey Fierstein in this movie. He plays David's kind of friend, co-worker. David, we'll go over here.
David,
I
call you.
I was wondering why his voice sounded so familiar, and then I realized he's the one guy in Mulan.
Yeah,
the short guy.
That's right. But yeah, but his scenes are so underrated. I need to call my mother. David, why are you sending my mother to Atlanta? But yeah, he's hilarious. Jeff Goldblum, of course he's wonderful. Of course he is.
Of course.
And I feel like he gets one of the more memorable sequences when he reconnects to the woman he loves after a while of them not seeing each other, all because of a funny incident where he thought he was having an affair on the president, which is kind of funny. But yeah,
imagine if that was Gilbert Gottfried.
Oh my God, Gilbert Gottfried! Imagine if it was Gilbert Gottfried with that character.
Farmer.
Oh Jesus. And I feel also too that it's one of the stronger elements of that movie in terms of the relationships going around. And yet, this movie also, even though it does take itself remotely seriously, I feel like it's so good at comedy. It's so good in terms of comedy.
Yeah.
Especially with Will Smith. When anything Will Smith comes out of his mouth, it's hilarious. Especially the scene where finally, towards the end, where he and Jeff Goldblum work together and get on the ship to get on the mothership. All the shit that they say, they have such terrific chemistry in that sequence. Like, it's unmistakable. Like, it was perfect, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It was what you were saying?
Another one of my favorite scenes with Will Smith, like after he punches the alien in the face,
welcome
and he
to
says,
Earth. No, that's a close encounter.
Now that's a close encounter.
Alien was actually going to get back up and then just eat him alive. And I'm like, but no, it didn't happen. I was like, okay, you just punched the alien as if he's vulnerable to punches.
And I love because, like, that alien is, basically like a puppet. I just love how it just he punches it, and it falls back like so. Like, something I love with this movie is like how it's extremely goofy. Like it's so damn cheesy and goofy at times, but it works perfectly for
it's
that.
Very self-aware. It's very self-aware that is that type of direction they're going to go for.
I feel like they might have been inspired by B movies. That's why it's so campy at times.
Yeah. But another one of my favorites is when Will Smith was dragging the alien after he punched him.
Oh my
God.
With his
parachute. he was
Oh my God.
Or when he's trying to get into Area 51 and
Area 51.
He's like
yeah.
He's like there's my pass.
There's another part that I really I think is fucking hilarious where the reveal that Will Smith's what? No, the girlfriend, because they get married at the end of the movie. But the reveal that she's a stripper, I don't know why, but it makes me laugh. It really does make me laugh. Because it isn't implied up until then that she's a stripper. And then one of her friends, co-workers, is like, oh, do you see this on there? Everybody in Los Angeles going up to that building to see the aliens. And she's like, oh, she asks her, don't go there, okay? Okay, bye. And then the next scene, she goes up to the fucking building anyway. And she's one of the ones who gets killed in Los Angeles with that building exploding. Boom, 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 boom. So, yeah, that's kind of funny. But other than that, I feel like the movie does a good job distincting its tones. Like, once he could be serious, but once he could be funny. But it blends in so well. The emotional scenes work, especially when it comes to the president's wife right before she is killed off for good. Like,
that is a good scene.
That is a really good scene. And speaking of that, what I love about this movie is that it is so perfectly structured. The first act is July 2nd. The second act is July 3rd. The final act is July 4th. It literally tells you on the screen when the acts are, but it works so well for this kind of movie. It works so well. I was like, that's how you do a 3-act structure. That's a very creative way to do a 3-act structure. Tell the story in 3 days. I feel like that's brilliant.
July 2nd, they arrive.
And yes,
July
Mae
3rd,
Whitman plays
they
the
attack.
president's daughter. I don't know if anybody knows that. Mae Whitman played the president's daughter. And of course, she voiced Katara in Avatar: Last Airbender, but she wasn't the fucking live action. Oh, God. Yeah, but yeah.
And then we have Randy Quaid.
Oh my God, I forgot about him. He's funny as fuck.
Thinks that he was
abducted by aliens, and then the other people saying, "Oh, he got abused sexually by those aliens." Oh God.
I love the part where the guys were like, he's talking to the guys like at the bar and everything, and they're just like making fun of him and stuff, and then they'll just like start bullshitting like on the TV and everything about
the news reports. Yeah,
yes.
That's kind of hilarious. And two, I also feel like the emotional connection between him and his adopted kids, I feel like is so well done, especially at the end when he sacrifices himself. Hello, boys, I'm back. That's one of my favorite lines. That's one of my favorite lines.
So iconic to this day.
But yeah, Randy Quaid's fantastic in this movie. And this is like I think this was the last major movie he started before he went crazy, I think. Don't quote me on that. No, I take that back. Hard Rain with Christian Slater and Morgan Freeman. He was in that. He played the villain. That's actually not too bad. The movie's actually not too bad. But yeah, he's great. And have I talked about pretty much all the cast at this point?
Data.
Oh right, Data from Star Trek.
Oh,
he plays the scientist.
Yes,
the white-haired scientist, Data from Star Trek.
Dr.
He made Data. Why am I thinking of Tourette's guy?
Dr. Rokan.
Yeah, Rokan.
This might be a hot take, but he was actually my least favorite part.
So you don't like when he got pretty much.
Well, his character is my least favorite.
You don't like the part where he pretty much got sucked up by the alien. He uses him to speak.
See, I like that. That's cool. I don't
Harry
know.
Connick Jr. I forgot about Harry Connick Jr. Yeah, he's in this movie.
By the way,
and his character is like the least interesting character of them all because he gets killed off in less than 10 minutes that he's in it. I almost like they put him in there because they didn't have any, but like he was famous for being a musician at the time. It's funny because he's known as more as an actor now than a musician, which is kind of funny. But that's besides the point, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, that whole sequence when he uses Rokan to speak with the president, that's kind of creepy stuff.
Ooh. That's a cool scene.
And the atmosphere with that too, just like really.
Also, there's a scene that always gets me anytime when when Rokan's doing the fucking surgery, the fucking
my God.
The jump scare when he's slicing the fucking thing and blah! God, that scares me every time.
Also, the design of the alien is just like
I'm gonna
really
get to
cool.
that.
Okay.
Because the character, the production designer and the supervisor for the aliens was a guy named Patrick Tatopoulos. He's a very well-known production designer and also creature effects kind of guy. And like his designs for the aliens, I think, are fantastic. They're really fantastic. And the production design with the spaceships, it's insane. It's absolutely insane.
Especially that giant spaceship just like hovering over the city, and it's like a ship you don't want to mess with.
Yeah, it's straight out of War of the Worlds. It's straight out of War of the Worlds. Except germs don't kill them.
Oh.
But yeah, though that's fantastic. And of course, the fact that these motherfucking aliens are vicious. They are vicious motherfuckers. They don't give a fuck. They just destroy the Empire State Building, destroy New York in its entirety, destroys Los Angeles, and they blow up the fucking White House with literally no effort. They had no effort, and then boom. Instantly goes boom.
When I was rewatching the movie last night, I actually recorded that similar scene, and I said, popcorn panel money shot.
That's right, because the original intro for the show began with that sequence.
Yeah, with the helicopter just being
very
blown
beginning
up.
when it was just me, David, and Ibarra.
Yeah.
Hey, at least in this disaster film, they didn't destroy, or you don't see the World Trade Center blowing up.
Oh my god, that would be just
Oh my god.
But they didn't do that here. Deep Impact, they did. I don't know. No, they did not do that for Armageddon. It was the Chrysler Tower that got blown. Oh no, they did do it in Armageddon. Fuck.
They did.
Wow.
But in this movie they don't. I don't know why. I guess they felt the Empire State Building was much more cooler to blow up. But
yeah.
And the shot when the second act begins with the Statue of Liberty's head just broken off, and just you see the debris and everything in New York. That is one of the most evocative shots in the entire movie.
Oh man.
Yeah, the cinematography is fantastic in this movie.
Really?
Like, it goes without saying, but it's just really, really well done. And you can't talk about this movie without talking about the score. David Arnold's. I don't know if I'm going to be controversial when I say this, but David Arnold's score for this movie is one of the best scores of the 90s. Period. Apparently, he was under pressure with this score because Fox was already starting to market this movie like crazy with the Super Bowl, and there was this blow-up balloon thing, balloon thing that looked like the alien ships, and he was in a hotel in Los Angeles when he was starting to write this score, and he felt immensely under pressure because he needed to deliver for this score because this is the biggest movie ever. And he was, he pretty much essentially when he was doing this, he was writing it in a hotel in Los Angeles, and Dean Devlin would come up there and listen to a few key scenes, and they never listened to the full score until the film was completed. And honestly, with the pressure that he had to deliver a great score, he fucking delivered. This is one of the best scores. He goes full on Sylvester. He literally, it's bombastic, it's loud, it just fits with the entire movie. It's epic, it's just phenomenal score. And it won a Grammy. It won a Grammy for Best Instrumental Composition written for a motion picture or television. This score won a fucking Grammy.
Wow.
That's pretty good.
I mean, when you have a score like that, that's just like very exciting and so much.
This is almost like Sylvester, John Williams, that kind of stuff. It's especially towards the end with the final act when shit blows up, because the end of the movie, the last cue, is wonderful. It has that epic quality you don't get with film scores that much anymore, except for like Michael Giacchino or something like that. But this score is absolutely phenomenal. It's a shame that I don't think it was even nominated for Best Score at the Oscars, which is bullshit. Absolute bullshit. You know what? Let me have a look at the Oscars in '97 to see what was nominated for Best Original Score. I have it right here. Ooh. It is the fall. This is back when the scores were divided into dramatic and comedy, but I'm gonna read the dramatic one.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, they only did that for 2 years.
Oh wow!
For 3 years. Best original dramatic score. We have The English Patient, which won, Hamlet, Michael Collins, Shine, which is the fucking movie where Jeffrey Rush won Best Actor over Tom Cruise for Jerry Maguire, which is bullshit, and Sleepers. Not even a mention to Independence Day.
Wow.
Not even in one mention. That's bullshit.
Bullshit.
Absolute bullshit. Bullshit.
Bullshit.
But yeah, the score is awesome. And this one Best Visual Effects over fucking Twister. This one over Twister. And the visual effects are absolutely stunning too. It's a revolution. At the time, this was revolutionary. It really was. So, I feel like I'm talking too much. Let somebody else talk. Anybody want to go? I feel like I'm doing most of the conversating. Jordy, you want to talk about this movie a little bit?
I mean, it's mostly one of those movies where it's like, the end of the world is near / alien invasion and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm not going to lie. I actually think this movie, is actually pretty good. I mean, I've never really seen a movie like this other than there's been other movies I've seen partially that, that has a lot to do with, end of the world, alien invasion type plots. But this one right here actually is pretty good. Now, I watched this movie, full steam ahead. I mean, there's like some parts of the movie that are funny, but then there's some part of the movie that actually is a little bit dramatic, in some cases. And
most cases, actually, most cases.
Yeah, it blends very well with those two dramatic and comedy.
But as for it being a whole, like having to be watched for over 2 hours and almost 30 minutes.
He wants I gave you the extended cut. That was not the theatrical cut. The theatrical cut runs 2 hours 25 minutes.
Well, to be honest with you, I actually think it's pretty good because that should have been the theatrical cut regardless.
Because I'm most well known with the theatrical cut. That's the only version of the movie I've seen. I've never seen the extended cut. I don't even know what it adds. It adds.
Me neither. And
I don't even know.
I think the whole thing extended cut is better altogether. So in regards to, every single character and how they were fleshed out, and especially the roles they were given, I actually think this movie was actually pretty good. I can't deny that it is actually one of those movies that you can't help but like,
Oh, one thing I forgot to mention was the characters are pretty much all likable characters. There's not really a douchebag in this movie because the aliens are the douches.
I was about to say, like, the entire movie is just like it's just very likable and everything. Like, everybody's just
yeah.
And the script really helped with making those characters feel likable, and you actually want to root for them just to survive this alien invasion.
I mean, it's unlike anything they've ever seen before. When the ships go to them, they're just shocked, and the reactions vary, and I think that's really interesting, honestly.
Now, what I give this movie as a whole, I'll give it, because it's Independence Day and it's actually, good for all the right reasons. I'll give it the good old 5 out of 5, rating.
I give this excuse me, I'm going David now. Excuse me.
I will give this movie
A++.
I will give this movie an A+++++.
I only give it a 3. I only gave Born Identity a 3 out of 5 because I keep getting scared by YouTube.
I remember
I haven't seen that clip in a while.
A 3 or a 5 out of 7 apparently.
Oh God,
Jared, I remember rewatching that segment, and it still gets to me every single time.
I remember when I watched that movie and then I put it in the forum like, hey, I'm at that scene.
Oh jeez, yeah.
Yeah, I give it a 5 out of 5.
But yeah,
nice.
Jared, you want to have any individual thoughts you have on it too?
Nice.
We've gone through like a lot of the stuff and everything that I like really, really like, but I also like. Well, we talked a little bit about when the first lady dies and just like how good of a scene that is. Everything when the daughter's like his mommy's sleeping and he's like, like that's a gut punch of a scene.
Yes,
Also,
absolutely.
I want to mention too that that's what's her face? McDonald. Mary McDonald?
Yeah, from Battlestar Galactica. From Battlestar Galactica.
She's from Battlestar Galactica and in like Dances with Wolves and stuff. And honestly,
Oh, that's right.
Like her.
And
She has a
Darko,
bigger
fuck
like
that movie.
TV career than she does like a movie career.
That's
honestly,
true.
because like I don't know anything else that she's actually.
She's in Donnie Darko as the mom, and fuck Donnie Darko. That movie's terrible.
Okay.
Pretentious as fuck, but funny because the guy who plays Miguel, you know, the adopted son to Randy Quaid, he's also in Donnie Darko. He's the fucker in the bunny suit.
I also wanted to bring him up because
he looks like a discount Keanu Reeves, bro.
At least to me in this movie, I thought his acting was
questionable.
Great.
I thought it was questionable as well, and his acting is even more questionable in Donnie Darko. Who's just so like fuck Donnie Darko. That movie's shit.
Because like I was watching this.
The only good thing I liked about it was some of the music they chose. Drew Barrymore was fucking sexy in that movie, and that's about it.
Yeah, I was watching this movie and everything with my girlfriend, and I just like turned. I'm like, that guy's not a great actor. Like
Yeah,
he's not a bad actor.
And apparently he's in a lot of Greg Araki's movies. So basically he's an art house actor doing a blockbuster movie. So no wonder it doesn't fucking work because art house movies are like this the entire time, and they act like excuse me, they act like this. What is this, Denis Villeneuve? Wake up.
Also, thankfully, Boomer the dog survives.
Yeah.
Boomer is one of the best movie dogs of all time. He goes through the fucking disaster in New York, like Los Angeles, fucking nothing, bro. He is ease. He's the best, one of the coolest dogs in movie history. He's right up there with Boredom with Benji running.
Yeah, and he's also up there with, you know, the dog from Prey.
Oh, what about Air Bud?
Air Bud? I remember watching that movie as a kid.
He plays basketball.
Basketball.
Wait. Is he gonna be like in one of those NBA teams now?
But yeah, like that is one of the best. Boomer is one of the cutest, one of the best movie dogs of all time. Well,
you just want to hug him.
Or Show Dogs. Show Dogs is the drizzling shits.
Oh god, really Raja Gosnell. Oh.
Yeah, let's do a scene where I think they cut out this in the theatrical version because people complained about he investigates his dick or like the dog's private area. Where they get neutered. I don't fucking know. They edited it out on Blu-ray, which is even because everybody complained. Oh, the dog that nobody has.
Yeah,
the doggy.
That's a great dog.
Yeah, he's a good doggy too. But
good
doggy. Boomer is one of the best dogs of all time, and he survives. He survives the movie. He does not. They luckily don't kill him off. Like then again, this is not a horror film, so that's
I like
probably
when he
why.
jumps.
Yeah,
when an explosion happens.
He jumps. He goes through that shit with ease. He jumps the cars. I love that scene.
Also, you talked about like just how good the special, especially just like the explosions. Everything
has a purpose in terms of those explosions. Like,
okay, when they are going into the cloud, and you see like basically like an atomic bomb like going off and everything, like it's beautiful.
It is, especially when they're flying in the clouds. They're trying to shoot off the shield that the alien ship has. That's beautiful.
Yeah. Especially too when that big giant ass spaceship just came out of the clouds, and I was just like.
And
also, I quickly
so
just want to mention Jeff Goldblum's bike. I love that he goes to work on his bike and rides it in the building.
Yeah, and also another thing too, when he's trying to get out of the building, and this is right after the president says, "Try to remain calm when you exit the area," and everybody's just in chaos, just running. It's just the blunt cuts of that. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
And he's just riding on his bike trying to get through. That's just it's funny. It's really funny.
Yeah.
And is there anything else I can talk about with this movie? Because I feel like I pretty much wait. I want to talk about the final act because the final act is just non-stop action. I mean, I love the part with Wilson and Jeff Goldblum working together, but the best part is when the fucking ships try to take down the ships in the land, and when Randy Quaid sacrifices himself and says the famous line, and then the explosion that follows. It's fantastic.
The sound design with that
It
explosion
was
is
nominated for best sound, but lost to the fucking English Patient. Gee, Harvey Weinstein bought another award.
Come on, English Patient. Why didn't you give that award to Independence Day?
I wouldn't give it to Independence Day either, and I'm going to tell you why.
Same.
Twister is the winner. Twister is the winner for best sound.
Oh, I forgot about that.
The sound mixing is so fucking loud. It can literally shake an entire apartment building. That's how loud it is.
Shit, I forgot about to say that.
To me, Twister should have won. Absolutely.
Ooh,
but
it's a tough one though.
But yeah, the sound in this is great though. Absolutely.
Very.
And I mentioned the score. I mentioned all the funny parts about it, and I just love the structure of it. I love. Why I just need a sequel? By the way, I know my franchise rule. We have to put sequels automatically, but you know what? For Independence Day Resurgence, we're not covering it. No, we're not. There's only one.
Hell no.
Movie. No, I'm not covering Resurgence.
Hell no.
I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
For this instance, I have to take that rule out of play for just 1 week because fuck Independence Day Resurgence.
Yeah. Let's have Jeff Goldblum just like screaming at the top of his lungs. That makes me cringe.
And also Will Smith, let's kill him off because this is a true story, by the way. In terms of this, people say there's rumored why Will Smith left. He did not leave because of Suicide Squad, guys. Hunter, you're gonna be shocked when you hear this. He dropped out of this movie because he got the script sucked. Good for him.
I honestly cannot blame him for dropping off his Resurgence.
Because this is why Roland Emmerich was full of shit.
He made another stinker after Resurgence.
He made stinker after stinker.
Moonfall.
Moonfall is awful. I'm sorry. I can't with Moonfall. That movie is ridiculous, but not in a good way. It's not. It's boring.
It really was boring.
And Halle Berry in that movie is not even trying.
You know what? She was in there for the paycheck.
Yeah, she absolutely was.
And also, it feels like it was just like so phoned in, and I can't.
Yeah, even Patrick Wilson phoned it in.
Oh, Patrick Wilson, you're better than this.
The only one who was trying was John Bradley from Game of Thrones. He was the only one who was having fun in that movie.
Oh, but other than that, fuck that movie.
Yeah, fuck it. Fuck it. Do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. But
no, better that. Fuck it. Yes.
But yeah, Independence Day. What is there more to say about it? I think it's one of the most iconic films of that era. It's one of the most iconic blockbusters of all time. I feel like this is Roland Emmerich's best movie by far. And I have no hesitation to giving this a 5 out of 5. Yes, I know nostalgia is probably playing a part in my decision of giving it a 5 out of 5, but I really don't care. It's a 5.
As for what I'm going to give it, I'm going to give it a 4.5 out of 5 stars. Just rewatching Independence Day on July 2nd out of all days was like a treat. It really was a treat. Like, this is still Roland Emmerich's best movie. And Will Smith, what needs to be said about Will Smith? This solidified him as an A-list star. This was the movie. Like Vic said, this was the movie that became Will Smith a legit movie star.
This is the movie that became Will Smith what English motherfucker do you speak it?
English motherfucker, do you speak it?
But yeah.
But what needs to be said about it?
As for me, okay, I know Vic had seen my Letterboxd rating.
Oh yeah, I already know.
I think after talking about it though a lot, I'm gonna give this an 8 out of 10. Like, I legitimately find this like just a fun, action blockbuster movie. And in terms of like the disaster movies that we have watched that came out around this time, I like it more than Deep Impact because I think it's just
I think
more
I
entertaining.
think in terms of the characters, absolutely, it's better than
Deep
Impact.
Impact.
Yeah.
The one where the man starts
But
flying.
I think I actually like Armageddon more.
Yes, I do as well. Armageddon is like the top disaster movie of that time.
So like I'm gonna give it an 8, but it's like it's in that cusp of like a 7 and an 8, but
Okay.
it's an 8 for me.
Oh, by the
Oh
Hold
yeah.
up.
Wow,
I
go
forgot
ahead.
to mention this. Wasn't there a ride that was based on the movie as well?
I don't believe there was actually.
Wasn't there a movie based off? Because I could have sworn that.
I don't think there was a ride. I
You know how
really- I
like most
genuinely
blockbuster
don't-
movies have.
Yeah,
it?
I know, but I don't think this one got one. It had
Wow.
books,
Wait.
it had radio, it had a CD-ROMs,
Let
and
me
video
check,
games,
actually.
and it had toys, but it didn't have that. It
me
didn't have a
check, let me check.
ride. And also this won a Kids' Choice Award for favorite movie. Even the kiddies loved it. And then also
Yeah. I'm
the
not seeing anything
MTV
about right.
Awards, it was nominated for a lot of stuff, but it ultimately won only one, which was Best Kiss, Will Smith and Vivica A. Fox. That's bizarre.
Okay.
That's bizarre.
Yeah. That's
I
kinda
wonder what
bizarre.
over the other nominee because that's one of the ones that is very notorious for that genre. Let's see who else was nominated that year. We have Claire Danes, Leonardo DiCaprio for Baz Luhrmann's Romeo and Juliet, Gina Gershon and Jennifer Tilly in Bound. Gee, I wonder why. Kira Sedgwick and John Travolta in Phenomenon, and Christine Taylor and Christopher Daniel Bartz for A Very Brady Sequel. Who gives a fuck about the Brady Bunch movies? But yeah, I wonder why they nominated Bound. I wonder why. If you ever seen that movie.
Never
The
saw it.
Wachowskis. That's their first movie, I believe, in terms of directing, anyway. Because their first script, I believe, was Assassins with Stallone and Antonio Banderas. I believe, that was their first script. But yeah, this movie is fucking awesome, and there's no other way to celebrate the 4th of July like reviewing this movie. So, with that being said, let's go to the polls. Although I already ruined what won the poll.
Wait, can I quote this one?
Yeah.
Can I quote this one?
Yeah.
She's got a great ass. And you could
And
put your head.
No, and you
way
have
up it.
you have your head all the way up it.
Ugh.
And he's saying that, and Hank Azaria's reaction to him saying that is legitimate. That's actually true. He was shocked that came out of his mouth.
And you know what's funny? It's kind of funny how I added Collateral, and now we're gonna add in Heat as the second Michael Mann movie on that wheel.
Yeah, it's the second Michael Mann movie.
That's
all right.
funny
That
how
is
that worked out.
Funny. It's funny. It is
What?
funny.
What? I guess my mind is in the mind.
So, since I added it onto the viewer poll, it is that time of the episode again to add our movies. So, Jared, not Jared, Jordy, did you write 2 down?
I don't have to write you down. I just scroll up and scroll down on my Apple TV movies, and I'll just pick one.
Okay. That makes it easy for me. Hold on, let me put it on your colors, though. I have to remember what your fucking color off this wheel is. Come on. Give me green. Yeah, right, it's green. I remember. Green. There we go. All right.
So,
What's
my
your
first
one?
movie I'll pick is Napoleon Dynamite.
Oh no!
What?
Fuck! I can't. Oh no! I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die.
Please tell me.
I'm going to die.
Please tell me you don't. Please tell me you don't like this film.
I hate quirky bullshit. I hate that shit. Fuck.
I
I have to review it. You know what? This is a good opportunity to show why I don't like it. I'm gonna add it. Ugh. Fuck Napoleon Dynamite. That shit.
I actually find the movie hilarious.
I love it.
No fucking plot either.
Wait. You love the movie too?
Yeah.
Thank you, Jared.
That movie is an acquired taste. Some love it, others hate it. I'm on the hate camp.
Wait, Jared, am I the only one who has not seen it?
I don't know.
Why am I asking that question? I don't know.
Anyway, what's the second?
And the second movie, I don't know if we've already put this in the wheel yet or reviewed it yet, but I'll just say it anyway. Spaceballs.
We don't have
Oh,
Spaceballs
okay.
on there.
I'm down for Spaceballs. Never seen
Spaceballs,
it too.
merchandising.
No.
Spaceballs.
Merchandising.
By
Never
the
seen
way,
that
that is the
movie.
first Mel Brooks movie we're gonna cover. Spaceballs. Unless I do a poll with Blazing
Leave
Saddles.
us alone, Mel Brooks. Yeah, we're gonna have to review Robin Hood Men in Tights, later.
Oh my god. William, you can go next.
Okay. Well, in terms of what I want to do,
You didn't write it down? I didn't write mine down, but I think I already know what I'm gonna have.
You know what? I actually have my first movie down.
Okay.
It's a movie that came out in 1997, and it has like one of the hottest casts that I think I've ever seen.
1997. Okay.
And that is
I know what you did last summer.
That's fantastic. That's a fantastic. And plus, I talked about the 4K, the sequel coming out. It's perfect. So, and plus, that movie, at least at the beginning, takes place on the 4th of July. It's perfect. And plus, it's a Kevin Williamson script, so I can jerk off scream again.
And it has your favorite actress.
It's Buffy. So many connections to our previous movies in that movie. And Jennifer Love Hewitt's in that movie.
Jennifer Love Hewitt,
so
Freddie
cute
Prinze
connections. Freddie Prinze Jr. So it's all these connections to the previous movies we've been reviewing. It's perfect. And we're going to have to do the sequel at some point too, but I don't know when we're going to do that. Oh, wait, it's a franchise movie. So technically, after we review the movie, we can just add, I still know what you did last summer. So there you go. The rules. You see, I can actually do that franchise rule as long as the movie is actually decent and not, as long as it's not Independence Day Resurgence. So I'm gonna go next, and
come back to me later because I gotta think of a second one.
Oh, wait a minute. That was only your first movie? Damn it, I'm an idiot. Fuck me.
No.
You get you. All right. I'll come back to you later. Actually, you know what? Before I add mine, so I can be consistent, Jared, you go. I can be consistent on the wheel.
Because I've never seen it, but I want to do Tremors.
Oh yes, Tremors. Kevin Bacon. Fuck you.
Tremors. Yep.
I love that movie.
I've never seen Tremors. I've heard a lot of good things about it.
I love that movie.
Oh wait, I forgot to put in your fucking color. God damn it, I have to put it in yellow because the reason why I put you, Jared, is yellow because your damn channel aesthetic.
No.
I put it in there.
The whole reason I went with that color in the first place was because of a joke. Well, so when I went camping with some of my friends, her niece, she didn't know my name, but she called me Yellow Guy because I wore a yellow.
Okay.
All right.
What's
your next one?
I'm gonna pick a bad movie.
Oh dear.
Maybe it'll be.
I might do a bad movie too.
This is a movie that my best friend absolutely despises. Is either at a 1 or a 2 out of 10. It's a movie called College.
Who? What?
What?
Movie called College.
Never heard of it. What's it about?
What?
It's got Drake Bell.
Oh, that's the one with Drake Bell.
What?
Before he became a fucking asshole, creep ass. And it has the chick from Hardcore Henry too, I believe. Don't quote me on that, but yeah, I've heard this movie, but I didn't know it was awful. I didn't know it was bad.
I might pick a bad movie.
College, you said, right?
Because he said it was horrendous.
Let me have a look at this movie, College, because let me have a look at it. It's from what year? 2008? Is it 2008? Yeah. So,
while you do that, I don't know if I should say this, but
oh my God, Vern Troyer is in this movie. Oh Jesus Christ!
Oh
It
my
was
God!
banned by critics and has a 5% rating on Rotten Tomatoes. The census is a pale imitation of the raunchy frat comedies of old. College aims low and misses. Okay, this is gonna be awesome. This is gonna be funny.
Well,
This is
Jared,
gonna be stupid. It's gonna be funny.
Jared, I don't know if I should say this one, but people, I know one person is going to be like jumping on me. I'm like, why did you pick this? Why did you? Why?
Oh God, it's probably gonna be me too.
I don't know. Should
Maybe
I go with my gut?
Maybe it could be Uriel. Maybe that's what you're thinking.
Should I go with my gut or should I pick something else?
Just go with your gut.
Okay.
Go with your soul. I'd rather be going with your soul than faking it. I'd rather do that.
All right. I don't care. I'm probably going to be seeing a lot of jaws be dropped when I say this. And let's just say this, that it's a Razzie Worst Picture winner. And
oh, no.
This was the start of a downfall of one person's career. Fuck. Battlefield Earth.
Good old L. Ron Hubbard.
Never heard of it.
Produced by Franchise Pictures.
Never heard of it. Seems that Victor has, and he's about to have a nervous wreck.
It is.
Battlefield
Earth. It's a movie produced.
It's like what is it?
Yes. It's based on a novel by L. Ron Hubbard. All right, I know it's a nutshell. I'm trying to explain this to Jordy. It's based on a novel by L. Ron Hubbard, the founder of Scientology, and it stars John Travolta, a Scientologist himself, and it's basically trying to be the next Star Wars, but it failed miserably, and it has Scientology bullshit in this movie too. And the whole movie is a Dutch angle like this, and it looks like this the next shot, and it looks like this, and it looks like this. And it also has Forrest Whitaker for some reason in this movie too.
Forrest Whitaker?
Yes, he's in that.
Oh, that's one of my favorite.
And he's not very good in this movie.
That's one of my favorite black actors. No. Listen, that's one of my favorite black actors because when he played Saw Gerrera in Rogue One, I'm not gonna lie, I loved it that he brought the character. I love the fact that he brought the character from animation to live action. Even though I wish they could have given his eyes a blue color like they did with Guerrera's in the Clone Wars, but then again, I'm not gonna be too judgmental of continuity errors.
Franchise Pictures, Warner distributed the movie, but Franchise Pictures financed the movie along with Morgan Creek. But the reason why I mentioned Franchise Pictures is because they did fraudulent padding on Battlefield Earth. And I'll tell you why. The budget for the movie was supposedly $75 million, right? Unfortunately, they went to a German company named Entertainment AG to co-finance the movie, but they got a package between this movie, the Wesley Snipes movie, The Art of War, and the Bruce Willis, Matthew Perry comedy, The Whole Nine Yards, which is the only successful movie franchise ever released. But what are you doing?
I'm just imitating what Jordy is like too.
I'm just doing this with my mouth.
To make a long story short, they came to them to finance the movie, but here's the thing. Entertainment AG financed 90% of the movie because, believe it or not, the real budget, because there was a court case after that Entertainment AG sued franchise because they were fraudulently padding out their movies. And in that court case in 2004, it said that the real budget for Battlefield Earth was $40 million. The $70 million budget, $30 million for fraudulent padding. They got into legal trouble over this movie because nobody wanted to make this movie because of the Scientology factor. Nobody wanted to touch it.
And speaking of Dutch angle.
Oh my God.
Jose just said
Battlefield Earth. Jesus. Also, too, Barry Pepper's in that movie. He's awful. And Barry Pepper's usually a very good actor.
I like Barry Pepper.
Jordy.
Oh my God. It is so... I've seen Battlefield Earth. It's terrible. It's terrible.
You know, the previous face had the face of a predator.
Now,
Which
let me
one?
add Battlefield
Not that
Earth on
one.
here. Give me 1
This
minute.
one?
Battlefield Earth.
No,
this
not
one?
that one.
What are you talking about?
Hold on,
Let
I'm
me
trying to
see. Let me
add that
see.
up.
Let me send it to me, and I'll show you which one.
Oh, okay.
Hold on, give me 1 second, Up.
I got
up.
you there, guys. With
Okay, Battlefield Earth. I have to change this to blue. All right, there we have it.
Blue people.
And now it is my turn. And I think I'm going to go with a good movie and a bad movie. I think I'm going to do the same thing. I think I am.
No.
Don't quote me on that. But I'm going to start with the good movie first, okay?
This one. This one.
What?
That's
This
the face of a predator.
What? Oh my god.
Like,
you are at least you're not the predator killer. That's the one thing. You at least you're not the predator killer.
I'm the original.
Yeah, you're the original. You're the prey predator, which is technically the original in terms of continuity. But that's besides my point. Okay.
You know what? I can actually see that.
Yeah, because that's the best predator out of all the movies. Out of all the, in my opinion, that's the best one out of all the movies we have done on this show. Now,
so go ahead,
what I'm
Victor.
gonna do for this next one, I'm going to choose.
Real quick.
What? No, I'm not saying it unless he comes here.
Okay, then I'll be right back.
Okay, I'm gonna hold the suspense. Want to talk about something else?
Oh
we have time. We're under time. We're 2 hours 30 minutes in.
Oh my god.
We're under time. We're fine.
Jared.
We can spend time here talking about what the bullshit I just witnessed. Napoleon Dynamite? Are you fucking kidding me?
At least you liked my second choice, which was funny though.
All right, I'm
No, I rather watch Battlefield Earth than Napoleon Dynamite. I'm gonna be honest.
Wow, really?
Okay. In terms of what I'm gonna choose next. Oh boy.
It is a good one, right?
This is the good one.
Oh, okay.
This is one of my favorite movies of all time, and I almost picked this one on a previous episode before I changed it to Ginger Snaps. And that is Single White Female.
That's the one I was expecting. Yeah. That's the one.
Huh? You never heard of this movie? I'm surprised you haven't heard of this movie.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of movies I never heard of.
No, I'm talking about Jared. Has he ever fucking heard
Oh
of
no,
this
no,
movie?
no! I said all. I didn't.
Oh, okay.
Well,
I'm a big fat fucking
that's
idiot.
kind of a strange. That's kind of like a weird but stupid title. Single white female.
It has a point once you watch the movie. It has a point. However, it's still a good movie. Even if you don't like the title, this movie is fucking one of my favorite movies. When I did Scared Shitless, that was the best movie I saw in the first season. That I did that marathon. It's a beloved film to me, and it's in the pop culture lexicon too. A lot of people reference that movie.
Really?
So I added that on,
Okay,
and now
cool.
for the next movie.
Oh,
Now
no.
I don't know what I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna be honest. I could pick any bad movie in the world,
You're scaring me.
and I'm not gonna go with Freddy Got Fingered. At least not yet, because Freddy Got Fingered. That's that's the worst movie I've ever seen in my entire life.
Oh, that's in my top 5.
But
You're
in terms of the bad movie that I'm gonna pick here, oh dear, I could pick any of them, but
Oh no, you're You're
this
scaring
requires
me.
a lot of thinking. So a lot of thinking on my part, because
Jared, I'm so
That's
scared.
the problem, Victor.
I'm so scared.
you think. What do you mean you think? I think.
Yeah,
Like ass things.
When you think, bad things happen.
What do you mean?
He's thinking and thinking.
See what I mean? It's bad when you think. You take forever.
But
I'm
Jared,
only going to take maybe.
to quote The Fly, I'm afraid. Be very afraid.
Okay. I think I'm gonna pick a movie that was nominated for a Razzie.
Uh-oh.
Multiple Razzies.
Okay.
Oh no.
This is the start of the worst franchise of them all, The Blair Witch Project.
Take it back.
Oh no!
I love this movie.
Oh, I'm gonna beat the shit out of this movie.
Oh, I hate it. I hate it too.
I love
this movie is not scary. It's literally just shaky camera, and they say fuck, fuck, fuck all the time. It's not.
Wait. Don't you say all the
yes,
time?
I do, but at least it's more entertaining than when they say fuck.
Oh,
and it started up the worst subgenre of this worst subgenre of all time. Found footage. There's only a few good movies that are found footage, but none of them are horror.
Oh.
So this is promoted as a horror film. None of it is scary. It's literally Jordy can sit for this movie with no One Piece, and he'll say, "Oh, that's boring."
Oh, fuck that movie.
This movie is shit.
Well,
good luck, Jared. I wish you the best of luck.
You know what? You know what's funny? I was thinking of another movie other than Blair Witch.
Good,
but
Jose. I'm glad your dad hates that movie, and I hate all these movies. I hate all three of them. It's so yeah. I've added both of my movies on the wheel. Let's go ahead and spin. But before I do, I want
to. Oh, misfortune!
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, God.
So what I did was, in terms of the wheel, I made a couple of changes since I last did this. So what I divided all of our sections into colors. As you can see, there were multiple colors, but in terms of who voted, the purple, as you can see right here on this arrow, are the viewer's choice. Okay? These are the viewer's choice.
What's the black one for?
The black one is for movies that we covered the first movie to, but we are required to do the sequel to. So contractually obligated sequels like Back to the Future Part 3 and The Lost World Jurassic Park, they will be in black.
Oh, I know blues are mine.
Red is me. Obviously, that's my favorite color. Blue is William.
I like blue.
Jared's is yellow and Jordy's is green, and the Ibarra's any instance of Ibarra is like this turquoise kind of blue, like this lighter blue.
Yeah.
He doesn't have that many films on the wheel, does he?
So
he's got like 3 of them, right?
Then again, he's barely been here. He hasn't been here since.
I know.
I know that. I mean, like he's got like 3 films on this wheel.
Yeah, only 3.
I don't know what's going on with this kid.
So, like I said before, if it lands on one of his films, we refresh, we spin again. That's just how it is.
Well, actually, we'll save it for a later time. You know, when he comes back.
We save it for a later time. But that means, it's the same kind of rule where we have to spin it again. We have to spin it pretty much again.
Any predictions before we get off?
Huh?
Any predictions before we get off?
Well, I'd rather just spin the wheel and see what happens.
I'm going with the 1.
Oh, no. Don't jinx it, please. I don't like jinxing. I don't like that. I don't like that. Let's spin the wheel in 3, 2, 1. Pressing the button.
The button.
Here comes the lag. Comes the laggy train.
It's a lagging. Oh, wait a minute. It's not.
Jaws!
Oh, my God. Thank God it's not Shark Tale. I thought it was Shark Tale.
Second
Thank
time.
God.
It's just a second time in a row.
You know you're going.
That's another big.
No, I was about to be angry because if I let it on Shark Tale, look, it's right there. Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that. Look at this right there.
Oh.
You know,
Right
wait. Doesn't it look like it's pointing at Shark
Taking
Tale?
a screenshot of that.
It does, but why is it saying Jaws? You think we should spin again?
No.
Let's spin again so that way we can have another movie to cover for
Don't
week
ruin
after
the
next
suspense, though.
No, that's kills the suspense.
Ruin
should
it.
we leave it as Jaws or should we spin again?
Leave it as Jaws.
Leave it.
In fact,
All right.
I got a suggestion.
Yeah.
Can my mom be here for next week to review Jaws?
Whoa. Yeah.
Oh, because of that story.
Yeah. We better. Oh, Jesus, Jaws.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, Jaws.
But wow, Jaws